Yeah, I'm just jamming. I'm just jamming to the countdown. I'm just coming to the countdown because yes, people, the silver screen
Out.
dudes are back in his house. How we doing, folks?
Back once again like a renegade master. D4 damager. Power to the people. We back, baby.
Right. There we go. There we go. Yeah, we are back. So, for those who don't know me, this is the one AJ Anthony Jordan.
And this is Double V, the Viceroy of Verisimilitude, Nico Lurot. Shout out to all of my Nicoholics. How are we doing, people?
Cool. How's it? Yeah, how's everyone? So, more importantly, you were away. How are you, Ben, bro? How was the trip?
Big man. Look, trip was good. Lots of productive shit happened. I got to dive and film a lot of cool shit underwater. Did a bubble ring competition with people, and I'm still the king of the bubble ring. Just a fact. Which, you know, is great for my ego.
Cool.
But yeah, man, look, it was a really cool project. It was, do you know what? It's going to sound weird to say this, considering I'm not speaking to a diving demographic at the moment, but there were some scientific revelations that came out during this 5-6 days, specifically in relation to decompression sickness and in relation to monitoring how, you know, nitrogen absorption, which is what leads to decompression sickness, right? It's one of those things where there was a new piece of technology that was unveiled by Divers Alert Network and this legendary like diving physiologist called Dr. Alessandro Moroni. He's like the head of Dan Europe. It was one of those things, I think, not sure, but I think I was like, that was history. I think.
Nice.
I think it's what we were privy to witness was something that I think is going to change the diving industry and it's got bigger ramifications than that. I actually think it's going to change decompression science and decompression physiology. So without going into too much detail, essentially, am I allowed? Do you know what? I don't know if it's, I don't know how much I'm allowed to talk about, but
NDAs, mate, NDAs. I'm sure.
Yeah. There were things I signed. So I can say what's already in public domain. So Alessandro Moroni, head of Dan Europe, and he's creating something called the Avatar Project, not the gay Smurfs, another thing. Check it out. Tell me.
I appreciate that. I'm just looking at stuff. You may want to do a little quick upload.
Oh, I know.
Okay, cool.
I know. Cool. I'm all over it, brother. Multitasking here.
All good. Cool stuff. Hey, well, congrats to you, bro. Congrats to you.
It was very cool. Funnily enough, you know that online underwater photo video series that I run for GUE TV?
Yes.
Bro, bare people were coming up to me and asking for selfies. It was fucking great for my ego. I was like, okay. Apparently, like, in this weird little cultish, cliquey community, people like my photos.
Nice.
Cool. Who knew? One guy actually was like, there's this very cool Spanish guy called Tito. He's probably very deep, you know, Spanish accent like Antonio Banderas. And he kept on speaking to me, and it's like, Tito, you're going to need to use your outside voice, bro, because you're quite somber, sexy, smoldering, and quiet. No, man, this is an accent. I just cannot stop it. If I stop it, the mujeres are not going to come to me anymore. I was like, we're in Dubai, brother. You're going to struggle finding any mujeres here. Just saying, unless you're paying for it, they ain't coming to you, my friend. Not unless you got oil money. But yeah, no, he's a very cool guy. He's like, you know, Nico, I've been watching one of your episodes on like intentional camera movement, and I kind of get my head around it, man. You need to jump in the water and show me how to do it. So I literally took this guy, like, it was very much kind of like Master Padawan type thing. I literally took this guy with his camera underwater and I showed him how to set something up, and I taught him the camera trick, and I was like, now try. And he looked and he was like, you could hear him like through his regulator going, fucking hell, man. Like underwater. So right on. That's cool, man. That's cool. It was just, it was fun. It was nice for the ego. It was nice to experience what I think was a moment in history.
Cool.
But yeah, man, it was a blast. And, you know, they like me enough that they're going to be flying me out to their conference in Florida, which is in October.
Nice. Well done, bro. Well done. Congrats.
Globe hopping here, brother.
Love it. Love it. Congratulations.
What else has happened? Filed my tax return today. That sucked.
Fair play. Gotta be
Well,
done.
go on with you.
You know what? Had we done yesterday's episode on time, not judging the misses at all. Do you remember Aiden English and Rusev? What he would
Of
call
course, I remember Aiden English.
What was he saying?
It's Rusev Day.
Right. So guess what I got from? So basically, as you know, I work on a boat, but we have an external service team, right?
Right.
And I shit you not, this is the message I randomly get because I've just been like, you get bookings, I reply to them. Yeah.
Show me, go on.
Here at the hub, we've declared today as ready.
PJ
Anthony
Day.
Appreciation Day. The team think you're absolutely superb as far as helping us out and being on the ball with the tags. Keep being awesome, Anthony. Freaking loved it.
So the Anthony Appreciation Society.
Do you know what? I showed it to Leon and he's like, Appreciation Day. All I'm thinking is Appreciation Society. I was like,
Yeah. Yeah, right on. So now basically whenever you walk down the stairs to your boat, you need to just be hearing, "You are beautiful on the inside."
But to keep it in true film geek mentality, what was my reply?
They acknowledge me. They really love me. They really. I love the fact that you went with the
mask version.
spin-off, the mask version, as opposed to the original version. I think that's very funny.
I know, but it's Jim. It's Jim. Gotta love some Jim.
What's his Jim? Is Jim in your list today?
No, he's not actually.
No, you fucked up.
Did I? I'm trying to think where.
No, you fucked up.
Oh, fair play. It happens. It happens. A lot of shit is going down. There's a lot of films. 2 films that I've.
There's a lot of films.
Bro, there were so many. There were so many. Some I had to leave off. Some I felt like you've been mentioned. You can sit down. Others are like, well, you're near and dear. You're always going to be there. 2 films I am fuming. I did not get a chance to see. One due to find it. One due to. Okay, 3 films. One due to finding. One I discovered just on YouTube in English yesterday, and one because I'm fighting to find the freaking subtitles. And I'm like, allow me. Just allow me. And you'd think with the extra week it would have been in our favor. No. Work is.
It wasn't. Do you know what? When I realized that I wasn't going to be able to stream from Dubai, so reasons for that, because I know we said we would try and do the second week. So here's the thing: I was staying with one of my work colleagues who lives in, it's not a big place, but it's also not a small place. However, the walls very thin, very, very thin, and you and me can reach, shall we say, higher decibel levels sometimes. And given the time difference, 8:30 here or 9 o'clock here is basically 11:30 there. So I'm like, cool. So I'm going to subject my man to very loud decibel levels until about 2 a.m. I was like, we can't do that.
No.
Least of all when I got a 7 a.m. start.
I had one of those today, where I say, not fun.
Dude, they suck. They suck so hard.
And again, it's not leaving the house at 7 people. I was on this.
Yeah, no, it's being on site at 7. That's literally my life for the last fucking 10 days. It sucks. It's
2 in the week. It's like the hours are long enough already. But I still love my job. I appreciate everything. Hey, they appreciate me. Appreciation Day was yesterday. But yeah. Yeah, it's been a tough one. So, should we hit the comments? Because I see.
Hit away, brother. Hit away. I'm still uploading, so you
cool. You're uploading. So we'll take it from the top. Might be a couple of minutes late wrapping up some film polls. That's from Francis Land. Francis also says, by the way, assuming Tarzan and his mates qualify, it does. I'm not going to say
qualify, but they're not on mine.
Preach. Francis, by the way, shout out to / thanks to Jackie for slowly turning me into a Nick Cage fanatic. I get that. Yeah. Oh, we will be touching on that as well.
We will.
Bobble ring. Does that involve from the other end, Francis? From the other end.
Wow. Yes, I blew a bubble ring with my chocolate starfish underwater. Hi, here we go. Let's get really fucking meta now.
Oh, Frank. So we're currently on TikTok as the Ministry of Wrestling, but Frank asked a question that I have to ask. Here we go. Sorry, film fans. It's a bit of wrestling. The wrestling page is coming back on Sunday. But Frank asks, hello, friends. Great to have you back. Before we go too far into jungle, what do you think about the Sasha Banks and Naomi controversy?
Okay, I have such a strong opinion on this, and it's not a popular opinion.
Well, I've seen Split, and I can give two sides, and I stick on both sides.
You know for a fact, brother, that if I've got an opportunity to diss Vince and that fucking subpar business fiasco he's got under that brilliant sports entertainment umbrella, because let's be real, the pageantry, flashy front of WWE is all for us fans. What goes on behind the scenes, you only have to dig a little bit beneath the surface and it's fucked. That's just a fact. It's fucked. Having people on essentially 0-hour freelance contracts, but not being allowed to freelance, not being allowed to hold the company accountable to actually a contract, which they can terminate at any point that they want, but you can't terminate it. I mean, I won't miss a beat to fucking shit on Vince. However, this is such a non-story, I can't tell you. This is such a fucking non-story. For me at least, I can't tell you. It's like, take this. The only reason we are focusing on this is because these people are celebrities. That's it.
Of course it is.
Any other fucking environment, it's like employer disagrees with employee at work and sends them home on a suspension for a few days.
No.
I know. I'm giving a fucking simplified version of it, but that is essentially what this boils down to. We had creative differences. I didn't like the direction they were sending me on. Okay. Now, do I like WWE's creative? No, far from it. But unfortunately, big man pays the bills. Put it into a context of that, my previous sales job. I did not like my manager. I didn't like some of the decisions he made. I thought I could have done it better, as we all do, right? Sadly, he's the boss. That's honestly, I can't believe I'm taking Vince's side on this, but I'm so under the attitude of, short of him wanting to turn you into fucking gobbledygookette, shut the fuck up and do your job. You're paid millions. You're treated like superstars. Sasha arguably should be even bigger than she is, because I genuinely think she's the best female wrestler on the planet. I genuinely think that better than Charlotte. Yes, I think she's a ring general. She reminds me, this big praise here, she reminds me a little bit of Shawn Michaels, the way she just knows how to go around the ring. I'm not a fan of HBK, but I've always said, like, that guy knew where every fucking corner of the ring was at all times. Like, it was like second nature to him. It was like, you can't teach that. Sasha, I believe, has that. She's flawless the way she moves around. She's had a creative decision with someone at work. How is this a story? So I'll tell you what's a much more interesting story is Stephanie McMahon quits WWE temporarily on the premise of going to start a family, going to look after the family business. Meanwhile, while that's happening, Triple H returns. And meanwhile, while that's happening, Nick Khan then goes ahead and says, I'm taking over this role full time. It's like, well, now that's an interesting bit of politics happening there.
I haven't had the time to dig deep into the Steph situation, but here we go. It's happened before. And you know where you talk about you don't appreciate the WWE creative? It takes people like Sasha and Naomi doing what they do. It's not like Shawn has not walked out on Vince. It's not like Stone Cold didn't quit in the height of it. It's a big story because they were scheduled for it. And I'm torn because I fully agree with you. The boss says it, you do it. Somewhat
back on, you're paid millions. Like, get on with it.
Name Stevens, Aaron Stevens, Damien Sandow put out a tweet. He's like, you know what? If actors done the same thing and Darth Vader refused to drop, there's no Star Wars. So I get it. You have to follow creative and see where it develops.
But... No, my friend. Wrong. So wrong. If actors do the same, they get replaced very fucking quickly.
Yeah, but he's saying if it were to be permitted, this is where we'd go. If you didn't like.
In that sense, yeah, he's absolutely right.
That's right. But what I'm getting at is more to the point. We all know that the women's tag titles needed respected. And I feel that they done the right thing by
the women's tag titles. For me, at this point, they're like a kiss of death. Like if you get, look at the list of fucking victims of these belts. Like Zelina and Carmella, no longer on TV. Fucking Nia and Shayna, no longer on TV. The Iconics, no longer on TV. Legitimately, the only woman who's been able to run with the tag team belt has been Sasha. Well, that's when she's had Bailey with her. Like,
bro, I get it.
They are a fucking.
I don't want to go
too
deeper than that because, well, it's still a movie one, and I don't want to piss people off. But that's my thing. I'm torn. I get it, but I think they're doing the right thing in order to create change. That's my reaction to it. Vinny does need stepping up to every now and again, because that's exactly what the Click were famous for, and that's what led them to one of their highest success. You do need to listen to a guy like that point.
Can I just say? You've said it now by bringing up the Click.
Oh god.
You remember I said a few weeks ago that I just don't think it's right. I don't care how good Styles and Balor are. It just doesn't sit right with me that they're throwing up the Too Sweet. Now fucking Liv Morgan's doing it. I'm like, that is just dead.
That went a bit too far. But okay.
I was like, what?
Back to movies. Sorry, guys.
Movies.
Where we are, but don't want to lose the followers. Mixed Memorabilia. Hey, hello everyone. Mixed Memorabilia, hello to you. Gavin Man says, good evening. Or if I drank, I'd raise Southern Comfort to the greatest pole vaulter of all time, Fred Ward.
Fred Ward, Southern Comfort.
Southern Comfort, that's my juice right there. Mix it with some lemonade, and we are smiling. Francis Lalonde. Only thing I know about diving is what I learned on the TV series Sea Hunt. Can't say I've seen
Don't
that.
listen to any of it. It's bullshit.
Frank Torres, Gavin Man at Frank Torres. I'm out of the loop on that one. I'm guessing that's to the wrestling. Bill Mount Free. Hello, Nico. Am I late? Well,
Billy, you're right on time, brother. Right on time.
Frank Torres to Gavin Man. They walked out of WWE with creative differences. Gavin, if you are a wrestling fan, Ministry of Wrestling, you'll see we got some stuff. Sunday, coming more. Billy Mount Free. Nico, I wanted to ask, what happened to the Doctor Strange 2 review?
Dubai happened to the Doctor Strange 2 review.
Yeah.
Literally, I ran out of time, and by the time I got to a place, like I had so much to prepare in the build-up for Dubai, it was a fucking joke, mate. Like when you consider that out there, I had to plan their entire set design, 3-camera operation, external powering, external recording onto like a solid state drive, setting up a private studio room for one-on-one interviews afterwards, setting up 3 underwater cameras, and somehow I'm having to man these 3 rooms all at the same time. I was like, okay, fuck. It's just not like you're cutting me in 3. So once I'd done all that, and I was looking at how relevant Doctor Strange 2 still was, it wasn't.
It's kind of like me. There's a few movies, well, not too many, but I saw a film and I was like, don't put it. Yes, it's still in the cinema, but no, it's too late.
It's done. If you miss the first 3 days, it's done.
A bit more open to it. I think I'd give it a week or 2, but yeah, I get where you're going.
2 weeks post review.
People want to hear what we have to say. It doesn't matter.
Good for you. Good for you saying that. Respect.
Come on,
respect.
It's a view, isn't it? It's a view.
But you're quite right. You're quite right. It's not about clout chasing. It's about opinions. You're quite right.
Still be uploading, and I could be wrong on it. Are you still uploading images?
No, I'm good to go.
Cool. So you may be able to have some more time on your hands, because Gavin asked this very interesting question. Nico, AJ, do you guys still have your analytics? Interested to know if 44% of the audience are still from India.
Hold that thought. I can jump into those right now.
We have Riri Thomas. Hello, hope you're doing well. It's been a while since I have been able to watch live, but
oh my god, Riri's here! Fuck yes, Riri's in the house.
I saw Top Gun Maverick today and thought it was bloody brilliant. Do you know what? Maverick is on the list. I need to let the girlfriend see part 1 first. I think I'm going to let her do Top Gun.
Can I share a funny story?
Go.
So, I'm a complete twat because I thought Top Gun Maverick 2 came out yesterday. And I booked my cinema ticket, didn't look at the date because I thought it was yesterday. 11:40 a.m. showing. I show up at Cineworld Wembley at 11:40. Cinema's locked. I was like, the fuck? So I called the Cineworld customer service number. I'm like, I have a screening now at 11:40 and the cinema's closed. What's going on? And they're like, oh, no. The first showing's at 12:40. I'm like, no, I've got it right here on my ticket. It says 11:40. They're like, we genuinely don't know what's happened. The cinema opens at 12. I'm like, that's cool. You've just basically cost me an hour of my time. What are you going to do about it?
You arrogant prick. Continue.
No, for real. Like, if someone tells you to come at a certain time and then they say, no, come back in an hour. Like, and if it wasn't like in a service sector thing, I'd be like, I wouldn't be so chippy about it. But it's like, you are literally here to provide me with a service, which like, and I'm in a state where like, I got shit to edit after Dubai, like my time is, and they're like, we're really sorry, but here's some like vouchers for a free hot dog and a free drink. I was like, I'll take that. That's cool. That made me happy. I'll come back in an hour. So I'm thinking, come back in an hour. 12:40. Roll up at Cineworld. Doors are still locked. I call back. I get through to the same woman. I was like, you heard me an hour ago, didn't you? You know how you told me it was 12:40? She's like, yeah. I said, cool. It's 12:45 now. Cinema's still closed. Also, you told me the cinema opens at 12. Why? So it should be open. I don't know what's going on, but the first showing of Top Gun Maverick I've found out is tomorrow. I said, what? May I still keep the vouchers?
Did they?
Yeah, they let me keep them. Which I thought was really cool of them.
Awesome. So I just have to, I don't want to do a tangent with 20 minutes in. Happened to me at work. This lady comes, I'm prepared for a booking, everything's in place, going through dinner time. This lady comes a bit early. I'm like, okay, because I've got another booking in there. I'm doing this really quick, guys, because I know how far we are. She goes, yeah, 50 people. So I'm like, dinner at 8. She's like, no, we finish our event at 8. I was like, but it says 8. You've got it till 11. No, okay, because we're leaving at 8. For the leaving party? No, for the architects. Yeah. She pulls out her booking, same as you. She had booked it for the next day. She had 50 people come in. If you know what I'd done to make it all happen. Not fun, but it happened. And thank you for the card, in case you happen to be listening. Yeah, sent the card.
And also, Riri, it is great to have you back on the channel, though. Nice to see you again. Francis Sloan says Nausicaa, as in Nausicaa and the Valley of the Wind, which is an amazing Japanese film, but no, I didn't put it on this list. Billy Mount says, Nico, have you heard the Disney Plus doing a Daredevil reboot, and what are your thoughts on it? Cool. I mean, listen, I'm a big fan of the Netflix one. I don't mind if they recast Charlie Cox. They won't. They're obviously going to keep him because I like him. But what?
Sorry, I just saw the next message that came up. Thank you, Gavin. Yeah, my boy always.
Yeah. I told you fucked up, AJ.
Say la vie.
But yeah, I'm pumped about them doing a Daredevil. It needs to be done because I feel like they're very, very much gearing up towards that little Midnight Suns clique, which has got, if I'm not mistaken, Punisher, Daredevil, Moon Knight, Blade, and Ghost Rider. So we're missing Ghost Rider and we're missing Daredevil. Bring it on. I'm up for it, man. Listen, if they give me like WandaVision and what was the last one they did that was really good? Moon Knight. If they give me a series like that, bro, I'm cushy. If they give me Hawkeye, we got a problem.
Right. So, well, internal convo between Frank and Gavin. So for anyone who doesn't know who Sasha Banks is, she's in The Mandalorian. I won't highlight the other bit. Billy Mount 3 says, I love Jim, and it sucks that he's retiring from acting. It does indeed. He says it's most likely, but, all good things come to an end. So that's the one. Mixed Memorabilia. I believe the list I sent across had Nico's number 1.
It does.
Okay. And I'm sure I know your number 1 because I started it, as I said, no subtitles, and I really wanted to give it its full credit, but I could be wrong. I went to watch.
You're on the right track.
Yeah, I knew it. I'm pissed I didn't get to watch it. The first 10 minutes alone told me I want this film to be my number 1. Just without subs, you're fucked. I went to watch the Takeshi Kitano film Kikujiro for the first episode. For this episode, thinking it was set in the jungle, turned it off after 45 minutes. Sorry. Okay.
Please invite me to the wrestling channel. Love the WrestleMania stuff. On to the jungle movies. Frank, you're welcome. Ministry of Wrestling. Come and join us, bro. Yeah. I'm now back in London, so I'm going to try and post like little reels up there every single day. So,
one. Billy Mount 3. Did you guys like Sasha Banks in the episode of Mandalorian? I've still to do Mandalorian.
I love the Mandalorian. She did not leave an impression on me.
Fair play. At Silver Screen Dude. So, Nico, bottom line, no one literally twisted arms to force someone to sign a WWE contract, right? I agree. Right. Mixed Memorabilia says the wrestler film. Awesome. Absolutely.
Great film.
Gavin Man, speaking of Mandalorian, what are we all looking forward to the most? Obi-Wan or Stranger Things 4? I'm Obi-Wan. Think Stranger Things may be going too far. Hope I'm wrong, though.
Neither.
I'm still at season 2 of Stranger Things, so yeah, I've got to shut up there.
Stranger Things 2 fell off the face of the earth for me after season 2. I'm more worried than anything for Obi-Wan. Y'all are funny. Y'all are a funny bunch of fuckers, you Star Wars fans, yeah? It's like time, the wonderful healer, the absolutely quintessential wonderful healer. Did y'all forget about I Hate Sand? He's back. Did you forget that? Did you forget The higher ground? He's back. You know the memes that turned Star Wars into a joke? That guy? He's back. Why are people excited about it? He's terrible. So, am I excited for Obi-Wan to see Ewan again? Yes. Also, this is going to fucking make me laugh. So the Star Wars crybabies are all on about, oh, the new trilogy, it fucking broke Star Wars canon. It ruined Star Wars. It destroyed the canon. It's like, cool. So according to canon, in episode 4, when Darth and Obi-Wan fight, they very clearly exchange words of, the last time we met, I was but a learner. Now I am the master. Only a master of evil, Darth. That is very clearly implying that the last time they met, as when he was a learner, they were on Mustafar, the higher ground dilemma. You actually going to try and fucking convince me that Obi-Wan and Darth Vader are not going to fight in this series? Bitch, please. They're retconning canon. Now, if you're on board with that, if you are on board with that, which I am, I love the fact that we're going to get an Obi-Wan Darth Vader fight again. Bring it on. I'm here all day for it. But if you, looking at you, if you are one of the Star Wars crybabies who is throwing his toys out the pram because of episode 8 breaking canon, then you have to extend that same level of criticism to what they're going to do in Obi-Wan. And if you're not, then all your fucking moaning about episode 8, that just got made redundant, biatch. I'm good. I got that off my chest now.
Cool. Frank says, Nico, congrats on the Northman review. Good pop there. Tucky says, just got out of Top Gun Maverick. Those action scenes.
I'm going to see it tomorrow. I can't fucking wait.
At Gavin Mann, Obi-Wan, I want another Vader. Yeah, there we go.
What did I just say?
Francis says, at Silver Screw Dude, so Nico, maybe you should produce a remake of Creature from the Black Lagoon since Universal seems reluctant.
I think Chris Trengrove is the one you need to talk to about producing films at the moment, considering he's producing a film.
Oh, nice. Awesome. Congrats, Chris. Francis also says, Top Gun Maverick, all the headlines I've seen seem to be panning it, yet it seems like general public in real life love it. It's Top Gun. You can't, oh.
Porn.
Where are we? Yeah. That just... Frank asks Tucky, what did you think? I think you said it was awesome. Here, I missed that. Superman's drunk. I can't stick around, but I trust number 1 is Predator.
No, sir.
Gavin's clapping to Superman drunk's comment.
Namor.
Francis says Namor / Submariner. Nico likes Moonlight. Hey. There's no shock there. Superman's drunk. Must add Platoon must be in the top 10.
Nope.
I was watching that. Didn't get a chance to finish it.
No.
Tucky says that Frank Tour is really good. Not the masterpiece the rating suggests, in my opinion, but those flying sequences are incredible. Awesome. Oh, Chris. Hey.
Speak of, the famous movie producer has taken the time to join us. We are blessed.
That's awesome.
We are humbled and blessed.
Frank Torres says, at Tucky, okay, happy you told me that. I will level my expectations, which is cool. Everyone, start leveling. Billy Mount Free. Another thing about Star Wars. Do you like the Ghostbusters after? What's that? Is it? No, what's ST?
Star Trek would be my guess if it's ST, but...
Yes. Do you like Ghostbusters Afterlife?
So here's a funny thing, AJ. I actually finally got to see Ghostbusters Afterlife on the plane on the way to Dubai.
Enjoy it?
Yeah, I really did.
It was good, isn't it? It was awesome.
I was like, that's the fucking sequel we always should have had.
Yeah, it was sweet. It was sweet. I don't want to get into any spoilers because some people may not have seen it, but I had some really nice moments.
I was like,
McKenna Grace, absolute.
She's so good, bro. She's so fucking good.
Billy Mount, I thought Hayden Christensen had retired from acting.
He should have.
End up like Jake Lloyd did. Gavin says, at Nico, different writers and directors for the Obi-Wan series, surely.
So, wait, just on that note, the writer for the Obi-Wan series, I'm blanking on her name. It's not Chloe Zhao. Chloe Zhao did the Eternals. It's one of their Asian American directors. I should know her name because she's really fucking good. She's done a few episodes of Mando. Listen, she's proven to be a good commodity. That doesn't change the fact that they're rewriting canon. And if you had a problem with it in episode 8 and you don't have a problem with it in Obi-Wan, that's the conscience you have to live with.
Riri, I see that. Apocalypse over on my list. So I'm just putting out what people says. ST film / series. As long as I'm entertained, fuck canon. Yeah, Francis, I can't lie. That kind of bugs me. I'm one of those people that some bits I really like to stick to. I do like to create creative liberty, but I also like to follow a line. I'm very linear in certain things. So that does kind of trouble me at time. At Billy, Gavin says to Billy, Mount free.
It's an internal conversation here. Let's go straight with what Chris is saying at the end. May I dislike the sequel trilogy and Obi-Wan? Yes, you may. That at least would be consistent. What's going to piss me off is the inconsistency of people are like, I don't like the sequel trilogy, and then say, but I love Obi-Wan. It's like, no.
And have to hit this last one because it's pretty awesome. Gavin says to Chris, hello, I have no doubt you will produce a good Rushmore. Well,
love Gavin.
Yay.
Cool. Okay. Right. So fucking 30 minutes in. Jesus Christ. Guys, we are back. We are back in business. If you are new to the channel, please do like the video, share the video with anyone who you think may be interested. If you are joining us live, please do give us some thumbs up. If you're watching us after the video has, aired live, then welcome. You are the VOD squad, the video on demand squad. Thank you. You are always welcome. Leave your comments down below with the hashtag VOD squad and we'll read them out on the following episode. If you are listening to us on podcast, welcome. You are the pod squad. We are very happy to have you here. Please do share the podcast with anyone who you think may be interested. And if you do like the type of content that we're producing here at Silver Screen Dudes, we're going to try and make it more regular, but life is very difficult. But you're at least getting your weekly top 10 show, and I'm going to try and do a few more reviews as and when time permits. But if you do like our content, you can head on over to buymeacoffee.com/movie dudes. Link for that is in the description below video and podcast. And for literally less than the price of your daily Starbucks, no exaggeration, for less than your daily Starbucks, you can support the channel, help us grow. We are going to be reinvesting everything we make back into the channel to make our streams even flashier.
While you get the last info, because it's in the pod world, you can listen to us on Spotify, iTunes, Apple Podcasts, Castbox, Deezer, Spreaker, iHeartRadio, Podchaser, TuneIn, Stitcher, and Geo7, and search for Movie Mount Rushmore. Does Inja still hold 44% of the pod squad?
65.
Oh wow, there we go. The Croydon Killers. Okay, guys.
It's growing, brother.
Right, here we go, guys. So, if you are joining us for the first time, what is the Movie Mount Rushmore all about?
Were you asking me or are you asking the guys? Like a glove in your face. So for those of you joining us for the first time, thank you so much. And if you are returning, it's great to see you back here, guys. How does the Movie Mount Rushmore actually work? Well, it's a top 10 show between two best friends from school. AJ and I each get assigned a topic. We go our separate ways. We come back right here into recording and we deliver to you, the Silver Screen Dudes, our individual top 10s. This week...
Fuck it, I'll go first. Who cares?
This week, AJ will go first, delivering his bottom three. I will then deliver my bottom three. AJ will deliver his next two. I will deliver my next two. And then we will trade one apiece if at any time while we are rounding off our individual top 10 lists. One person has a movie in a high position. That person will say...
Punt.
We will punt and talk about that movie when we get to the high position. And once we have both rounded off our individual top 10 lists, we will create the Movie Mount Rushmore. These are the four quintessential diverse must-see movies of the genre, which this week is...
Top 10 jungle movies. Okay, guys.
My top four are literally it literally makes up a Rushmore. I'm just putting that out there.
There's one I'm not even going to fight for because it just deserves to be in there. So before Nico went on holiday, our last topic was...
Before Nico went on, it wasn't a holiday. It was work.
Oh, it's great. You went abroad. You enjoyed.
Our last topic was the best Nicolas Cage movie.
And our contenders were?
Our contenders were Leaving Las Vegas, The Rock, Wild at Heart, and Face Off, The Penis Problem.
Guys. So what happens is, we, the Silver Screen Dudes, had created that Rushmore. You then have the ultimate challenge of creating the best of the best of the best. Okay, pretend only Rosen's quote Highlander, in the end, there can only be one. There could be anyone. Fuck it. First time I failed. I'm going too quick. So they were on Twitter at Movie MT Rushmore. And this is now the guessing game where I have to guess what went where.
And at Movie Polls for you, AJ.
Oh, is it back? Is he back?
JT's back.
JT's back. Also, was this last poll on Movie Polls for you?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Hey, welcome back, JT. Love you, bro. Right. My bad. Okay. Yeah, Movie Polls for you. We love movies. Do give him a follow. Okay. Screw it. Wild at Heart at number 4.
Of course.
Okay.
The best movie always comes last on our polls. 16.5% Wild Heart.
I feel like I got screwed. The Rock at number 3.
No, sir.
Leaving Las Vegas?
Yes, sir. 23.2%.
Damn. So they like the action side of Nick.
Duh. Are we really surprised by this?
Screw it, Face Off is definitely the winner. The Rock at number 2.
No, sir.
Oh, love you guys. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Thank fuck Face Off didn't win. But it was damn close. Face Off 29.1, The Rock 31.2. Like, it was close, boy.
Cool. Well, congratulations to The Rock. What can we say? And while we're on the topic of The Rock, let's bring in my number 10, Jungle Cruise. Is it awesome? It's average. It's actually better than I thought.
God.
Did you watch it?
Really?
Have you seen it?
Yes, I have. It is a tremendous pile of shit.
I didn't think so. It was actually better than I thought it was going to be. The first time I went to watch it, and everyone joked about it. The Rock literally has 10 films in the jungle, so I've given him 2.
He does, though. He literally does.
He does. I don't know how it feels for you, but I felt like the Jumanjis have no place on there. I've not seen the second one and the first.
They do not belong on any list ever.
But Rocky, they're there. But I actually thought it was better. It had a weird twist, and do you know what? It was on my list of top 10 films. I had fun with it. I'm not going to say it's the greatest film. I wouldn't say it's the biggest heap of shit, mind you. So that was it, really. We're talking the story of Emily Blunt, the lady explorer who's being denied by the all-male society. There were some undertones in there that I feel were. Is it Jack Whitehall playing her brother? Is that his name, Jack Whitehall? Playing the ultimate camp character that you always feel like the very annoying younger brother, but I think the messages they had in there were quite interesting, where him being excluded for being homosexual, the way that the ladies are not allowed to join certain societies, and that time period. But that was the certain message. I was like, fair play, Disney. I like the way you're moving forward, and I just had fun with it. There was a slight twist. I was like, okay, if that's where you're going, where you said twist wind me up. This one partially did, but not enough. But easy fun. So that was it for number 10 for me. Right. At number 9.
All you, brother.
That's fine. In at number 9.
Sorry, just a quick one from Billy. Which one has more penis, the Nicolas Cage dream or Jackass Forever? Ooh. The penis got me was said a few times.
I fucking forgot about that.
Bro, I extracted a video from that. I'm still to upload it. Penis got me. What can I say?
Because it only came to number 2. Here we go. Right.
Carry on.
In at number 9, Kathleen Turner, Michael Douglas, Romance in the Stone.
I wanted to see this one so fucking badly, and I know it's on Disney Plus.
Yeah, that's the only.
Do you know what? My thinking was, I'm gonna watch this while I'm in Dubai on Disney Plus. Disney Plus does not work in Dubai. I was like, motherfucker.
Oh, allow it. That's a bitch. For me, it was the first time around watching it as well. Now, my number 8 kind of reminded me a lot of the number 9, so that was a bit of a challenge in seeing it. It was fun. We've got the story of Kathleen Turner, who's a writer, just about to launch a book, and she gets information that her sister is being kidnapped and held somewhere, and she now has to go and bring this letter with some certain information down to the kidnappers. And along the way, she encounters Michael Douglas, who then takes her through the journey, essentially. It was great fun. I had fun with it. For it to be down as for some people, it's one of the greatest jungle movies and all-time classics of a comedy. I didn't get that buzz from it. Just saying. Maybe it's a time period. Maybe having watched the other one, saw a lot of similar tropes. It wasn't there, but it's definitely worth a mention because it was fun. And I'm yet to see the sequel, which I can't remember what the name of it is. But I heard them all back. Danny DeVito was in it as well. He's always great fun to have and watch. So yeah, that was my.
I'd love to add more, but I cannot. The only thing I can add is Chris Trengrove saying, "Good choice, AJ."
Thank you, Chris. And I'm guessing that
he acknowledges
Romance in the Stone over Jungle Cruise, because I know that will not be popular. But hey, Rocky deserves 2. Okay, and in at number 8 is, I don't know if you have seen this one. It was in the cinema just recently. Sandra Bullock, Channing Tatum, The Lost City.
I really wanted to.
I had actual good fun with this. Very similar story. So in this one, Sandra Bullock is the writer, and everything that she writes is very close to a truth. She's lost her husband, so she really just lives the life of a writer, and she's got a bit of writer's block at the moment. She's got a book launch that's coming out. and she's got writer's block. And Channing Tatum is literally, you know the story, right? From the trailer.
I do. If the trailer accurate, know the story.
Yeah, from the trailer gives it away. He's just the figurehead of, he's the publicity. That's all he is.
He is the Tate.
Yeah, exactly. He is who he is. IRL. But so that's the whole story. And along comes your Wolverine choice, Daniel Radcliffe, who seems to believe that.
What did you just say? Sorry?
I couldn't help it. Yeah, but Daniel Radcliffe.
The words Wolverine and Daniel Radcliffe are now vetoed on this channel from being in the same sentence. Vetoed.
Good. Let's keep it that way. But the comments are going to come in like hell to piss you off with that.
Of course they are. I just won't show them.
I'm actually going to have to keep an eye on the comments now. But yeah, so through that, he's trying to get her to unlock this treasure of the Lost City. It's to find the Lost City, uncover the treasure. And she gets kidnapped again. And again, in a very similar way, Channing Tatum now is going out to try and save her. Brad Pitt has this cameo as, I can't remember, it's not the trainer, but he has something like that as he's part of his name, but it's also what he is. Brad, when Brad does comedy, when Brad shows up. He had me in stitches.
Brad always shows up. That's why he's Brad.
What they done at the end, they tried to do like a Marvel mid-credit scene and what have you. That I found was a bit stupid. I didn't like what they tried to do to try and hint for Lost City Part 2. But as a standalone film, despite Daniel Radcliffe, because I know you're gonna not really be into it too much, I enjoyed it. It has a bit of a fluffed ending as to what the treasure is. All right, cool, we'll take it. But I had fun with this film.
Did love?
We move on. We move on. Don't you spoil people's shit, man. Okay, you're free, sir.
Oh, my bottom three. Okay, you had to bring in The Rock. Of course, I'm bringing in The Rock as well. We had to do duel number 10, The Rock. But I'm going with The Rock's good movie, Welcome to the Jungle, or as it was known in some parts, The Rundown. It's a pun.
Yeah.
Good film.
Yeah.
Really, really fun film. My number 9, a recommendation from Mixed Memorabilia and Chris Trengrove. Not for this list, though. It was a recommendation.
Okay, I was going to say, that's cheating.
No. It was one that they recommended. I can't remember what it was. You'll remember it. Bring it up. It came up 5-6 weeks ago. I'd have to go back through our topics, but it came up and it was like, why is that not on? And I just looked at it, and then I kind of, had a flash of lightning, like, oh, could that be relevant to this list? Yes, it can. Aguirre, The Wrath of God.
So this is the film that I was one of the films that I found, and it came up strictly in German each time I found it. And I realized it's on YouTube. It's literally on YouTube.
Yeah, that's why I watched it.
And I was pissed. I just didn't have the time. Thanks to my 7 a.m. start.
But it's also available in English on YouTube.
That's what I said. I found it on YouTube in English, but before though, I went down the AJ route to try and find it, and I can only find it in German.
Bro, always go legal before you go otherwise.
Fair play.
Now, do you know what? It's considering the fanfare that it was greeted with last time it came up. I think it's here we go. Here's an example of what I'm talking about. Aguirre is phenomenal, right? I would disagree. It's good. In some parts, it's very good. To call it drop the P-bomb on it, I think is, yeah.
I hate expectation. It's a killer sometimes.
Yeah, expectation killed this movie for me. Do you know what it was? If you ever wanted to see a violent German depiction of the Spanish trying to find El Dorado, basically Aguirre.
Okay.
So a group of men a group of conquistadors. They're in heart of the Amazon jungle, and it is an interesting watch. The more I think about it, the more it makes me question a lot of things, which is always the sign of a good piece of art. But the conquistadors, they're all looking for El Dorado. What's amazing about it is that despite the fact that they're in very hostile, non-welcoming jungle surroundings with cannibals and natives chasing them all over the place while literally having to stay alive because it's the Amazon and it's extremely hostile. colonial white people, they always have to keep their pomp, you know. They have to have their senoras by their side. They have to have that, you know, king, chief, soldier, conquistador hierarchy. You know, I am the master, you are the slave. It's like, bitch, we all in the middle of the jungle. Someone gonna get killed here. It don't matter what you are. But like with most colonialists, they keep their hierarchy. Up until the very end, they keep their hierarchy. You know, it's do they find El Dorado? I'll let you find out. Do they find what they're looking for? I'll let you find out. But, you know, bad shit happens to them. Some very clear divisions are made. It's definitely an interesting narrative about what people value and about greed and about, you know, corruption of the soul. But I also think people make a little bit too big a deal about it. It's good. As I said, in some parts, really good. But the whole life-altering praise he got last time, I was like, yeah, I don't see it. It's very good, but I don't see it. You know, I may watch it once or twice more in my life, maybe. But it's if you haven't seen it, it is worth a watch.
Fair play. Fair play. I can't. I can't.
Now, what Chris is saying here, I do agree with, though. Klaus Kinski's performance is legendary. The performance, he's the actor who plays Aguirre. He was fucking good. I'll say that. He was really, really good. He impressed me.
Nice.
Yeah, mixed memory comes in. Werner Herzog is a phenomenal wild scenery director.
He is what I was going to say, because I heard he done this and went to the jungle a second time, and both just seemed like really awesome films. Didn't get a chance to see either.
Rescue Dawn.
No. Something. I can't remember.
Pretty sure he did Rescue Dawn with Christian Bale.
Probably, but there was another film that.
So it's 3 Jungle Herzog movies.
Yeah. I'm just pissed off because I just remembered a film that was meant to be on my list, but I've already put Jungle Cruise in. Really pissed. And it's more important than Ace.
Sorry?
It's more important than Ace. Like, I'm pissed.
Well, it's funny you mention Ace because he's my number 8. Ace Ventura, When Nature Calls.
Chicago. Thank you.
So good.
Gavin, I love this film.
You put Ace Ventura, When Nature Calls higher than Aguirre, The Wrath of God? Yes. Yes.
Shit happens, people. Accept it.
Yes. I definitely do put it higher. I have such a fucking kick out of Ace Ventura and Jim Carrey playing Ace Ventura. And I actually prefer this one. I think this is better than the original. I prefer When Nature Calls the Pet Detective. Oh my God, the porn needs to stop.
Here's the funny thing about When Nature Calls. When I first saw it, I had a laugh and I left it. Like, it was cool. Yeah, Ace was back. And I had a laugh. It was all the undertones, the hidden jokes, the ones that you would appreciate when you're that bit older, that had me on the floor when I rewatched it. I was dying with laughter. And I was like, how did I miss some of these? Like, I was too innocent the first time I watched it. When I watched it, oh, for fuck, I was dying. I was dying with Ace. And because of that, I agree with you. I prefer this to Pet Detective. I didn't at first. But it was when I rewatched it, oh my God, I was like, yeah, this film is a gem. You know, one of the few Jim Carrey sequels out there. And
it's gold. Yeah. It's gold. It's you, me, pretty city magnet. That's Kevin, man. I know what. Who's your boo? Who's your boo?
Do you know what?
Down, Bubba.
Again, that. I had no right laughing as much as I did when I watched it the next time. Like, just the effort. Stop it! What are you doing? I said stop that. What? It was so stupid. It was such stupid fun, and I knew what was coming. But I had barely laughs and tears when I watched it again. I don't know why it was, because I knew it was coming, but I was dying.
Stellar slapstick. It is stellar slapstick. Story, if you haven't seen it, it's really simple. Ace Ventura is a renowned pet detective, has an accident with a raccoon at the beginning of the film, which is essentially a rip-off of the movie Cliffhanger with Sylvester Stallone. Ends up in a Tibetan monastery and is surrounded by many, many tropical animals and is recruited to go and find Chicago, the legendary white bat of the Wachutu tribe. Is it the Wachati or the Wachutu? Who are the good ones?
Wachutu.
The daughter of the Wachati chief is set to marry the first son of the Wachutu tribe.
Oh, in that sense.
Wachutu are the evil ones.
You
set to marry the first son of the Wachutu chief, the Wachutu tribe. Yes. Wachati good, Wachutu bad. Not racist at all. Wachati, Wachutu. Very good 1990. 90s rather.
Fuck it, I'm getting rid of that one.
Are you putting Ace on?
No. There's something else I needed. I was torn between two bits there, and I've removed one. Jungle Cruise would have gone, but it's been said already, so it is what it is.
Shouldn't have. It's terrible. Ugh.
I mean, I could get rid of it if you're willing to play that game. I could re-upload my other one, but
I can play ball, bro, anytime.
Appreciated. Thank you. Let me re-upload the other one.
You do you while I'm going to continue waxing lyrical about Ace. But yeah,
you do that, please.
You find out from him throughout this mission of his that his one kryptonite is Chicago. Ace Ventura don't like bats. The pet detective with a weakness for a pet. And yeah, it's essentially about him trying to stop a civil war between the Wachatis and the Wachutus with the help of the great white Chicago.
I love the
many sexual innuendos, many slapstick comedy, many yucks and ha-has. It's great. Are you ready?
Yeah, go for it. It's fine. Because my 7 remember my 7. That's fine.
Cool.
Right. Thank you very much. Right.
Going back to a number 10.
No, forget that. We're like thing was Romancing the Stone was number 10. At number 7 for me.
So what's your 8 then? Because if Stone's gone down to 10, that's gone down to 9.
All right, so here comes my number 8. John Rambo, First Blood 2.
Okay.
Do you know what? It's always great fun. You can't dismiss a bit of Rambo and a bit of craziness there. The only thing that kind of held it back is, where First Blood was a great character piece. This one was just let's make it. Let's put him back in his land. It was that, exactly that. And I just think, like looking back at it again, watching it again recently. I'm not saying I hate the film, but it's you got this whole drag just to let Sylvester Stallone go nuts in the last 15 to 20 minutes.
Literally, and it is a fucking drag.
Yeah,
it is a fucking drag.
I was like, all right, cool.
And I was like, if you're gonna drag me, instead of dragging me through Vietnam, why don't you drag me through Myanmar like they did in Rambo 4 when he goes real nuts?
Ah, yes. Yeah, I get you. Yeah,
should have gone with that one.
That was just my issue. So I was just like, yeah. But like it's fine. It's Rambo. Like, if we're going to talk about someone who lives in the jungle, you can't really. You can, but yeah, Rambo has to be brought up for good fun. So that was where Rambo had to come in.
It's so crazy that it went in such a radically different direction after First Blood.
Yeah, this is the thing. For what was really a deep movie, yeah, that's kind of
the fact that we went from there to where we ended up in Rambo 4 and 5. I was like, this ain't the same.
I've still not seen Last Blood.
I had a good laugh with it.
I want to, but I just haven't got there.
It's better than 3. I know that's not saying much, but it's definitely better than 3.
Challenge accepted. Yeah.
Tien's in the house. Hello, guys. Tien, great to have you here, bro. Thank you for joining us.
Right. Okay.
Riri, I love you. On a side note, I watched a film Nico reviewed a while ago recently called A Prayer Before Dawn. Wow. Just wow. Thank you, Riri. Thank you, and thank you for sharing that now.
Awesome.
The more people see that film, the better the world is.
Yeah. I always remember when you first said it and you was like, oh, this guy Joe Con, he's just guessing up a guy who sounds like one of the Chelsea football legends.
Then you saw
it. Awesome. Absolute awesomeness. It just captures you from the beginning.
It's so hostile. So fucking hostile, that film. Ooh, that beginning scene in the where there are like 40 people in one prison cell. That rape scene was like, no, allow it. It's too much. A Prayer Before Dawn is fucking incredible.
Awesome.
Chris Trangrove asks, do you all have a Rambo ranking? I'm currently working my way through the franchise. I just watched 1 and 2 so far.
So I've not seen 4. I said Last Blood. I've not seen 4.
You have seen 4.
Yes, I did. Yes, no, that's where he goes nuts on the thing. Yeah, 4 I've seen.
4's fucking great.
Yeah. 4 I saw. Yeah.
I would go 1, 4, 5, 2, 3.
I'd have to... Even rewatching 2 had me like, yeah. It's amazing what
It's not that good. It's really not that good.
Like I nearly put in Hot Shots 2 over Rambo 2, but I was like, no, don't be disrespectful. So yeah, I will leave it there. But yeah, I'd have to rewatch them before giving Rambo a ranking, if I'm honest, Chris.
We could do like a top 5 special, like a 20-minute on the YouTube channel, arguing about how we rank the Rambo movies.
Yeah, could do. Give it a couple of weeks. I've still got the next week's topic to challenge.
Are you not ready for next topic?
Bro, I'm never ready for a next week's topic. just small caveat, yeah? Never.
That was an easy one for me, bro. I was like,
lucky you.
The one I'm gonna pitch after that is gonna be a bitch for both of us.
That's cool.
Oh no, that you're cool with, yeah.
I just accept them now. It's just when it's really bad, I'm like, push it back a few weeks. Right. Where are we now? So that was technically
your 7.
my 8. Do you want my 7 and 6? Yeah.
7 and 6. Go for 7 and 6.
Cool. Yeah, I've done a bit of a readjustment. So here we go. I'm torn between the 2 Disneys. The Jungle Book.
Oh, it's
great
Disney.
fun. Yeah.
That's your 7.
Yeah.
There's also my 7.
Cool.
So we can have a chat.
Oh, you got... Do you know what I had? I'm sure I've said this before because I'm sure I had that. I had a vinyl with the Jungle Book music songs on it. I'm sure that was the vinyl cover. Absolutely awesome.
It's sick, isn't it? What's your favorite Jungle Book song?
Do you know what? I've got I Want to Be Like You, but I don't know if that is the... No, Bare Necessities has to be.
Really? I'm all about King Louis, man.
I Want to Be Like You, yeah?
Yeah.
Do you know one of my most quotable lines is the vultures
Trust
and buzzards?
in me.
Yeah, there's that one, but it's the vultures and the buzzards.
What you want to do?
Yeah, every time you go to see your loved one, you're sitting there and it's like, what do you want to do? I don't know. What do you want to do? Oh no, what do you want to do? Oh, here we go again. Like,
were they modelled off the Rolling Stones or off the Beatles?
No, Beatles, definite Beatles rip-off.
But none of the Beatles were blonde. That's always what made me go, huh?
But they've got the Manc accent, don't they? I'm still wondering if they were. No, they weren't the actual Beatles. No, but
hang on. I swear the Beatles were Scousers, not Mancs. I swear. No.
You're right. Like you're right. Ringo Starr's definitely from Liverpool.
Okay.
Yeah. Definitely. I'm just going back to my old Thomas the Tank Engine days. Yes, Thomas the Tank Engine was read by Ringo Starr.
Movie Mount says there was a live-action Jungle Book with Lena Headey. That I haven't seen. I've seen the live-action Jungle Book with what was his name?
Neil
Jason Scott Tom. Not the good one, the old shitty one with John Cleese and Carrie Elwes. Was that and Jason Scott Thomas, wasn't it?
Jason Lee, wasn't it?
Jason Scott Lee, not Jason Scott Thomas. Jason Scott Lee.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, Jason.
I remember that.
Do you know what? It was silly, but ugh.
Do you know the problem with that? I was still on Jungle Book hype, like the animated Disney hype. So when I'm seeing a different story, it may be better, more credit than I gave it because it just didn't have what I was looking for.
Billy Mount says that was the same movie. Lena Headey was in that?
Jesus.
Wow.
Mine.
Mama.
Fair play.
Mama was in Jungle Book, apparently.
We're talking about the abandoned man cub who lives with the animals and, Scott Carr is after him.
Scar or Car?
Yeah, I said Carr.
You said...
I started off with Scott, and I went Car. It just came out and I went Car.
But it's not.
Shere Khan, actually.
That would be the one you're looking for.
Bro, it's been a long day. It has been a very long day. Even I said it, and I'm correcting myself, but I'm still wrong. That was.
To your defense, Cars definitely wants to munch on the man cub, but like,
yeah, but Shere Khan is the great.
Shere Khan's the don, man.
Khan is the great evil in there. I always say it, the elephants. That's what makes me tip this over the live action. I missed the elephants in the remake. I needed that baby elephant singing along and trying to join in with the army. And I thought he was in a military style. Yeah, that was my winner. That's my winner right there. Even though like Bare Necessities is the song. The relationship he has with Baloo and Bagheera, it's always been great fun. Absolutely always been great fun. One of the first, when Disney started to relaunch their old classics, that was one of the first VHS that I had, and will never turn my back on the Jungle Book. So yeah, that was my number 7. Sorry,
7.
I've readjusted. And number 6, let's take it to the African Serengeti, The Lion King.
No, I swear.
Yeah, that was it. I was torn between the two. I put them both in. So we've done The Lion King. I'm not going to waste time because I've added
to death.
Yeah, so that's that. And for any pod squad, that is the animated. Just because, the animated kicks ass. Okay, sir.
I think people were too harsh on the live action. It's like to have such.
I don't hate it. I don't. Hate
not you. I think people in general. I think it's like the disdain that greeted it. It's like your criticism is that it's the exact same film. You can't hate it that much, then surely. Surely it's a weird
argument. It's a weird argument. If you want my tipping point for the animation, the hyenas. The hyenas had more character in the animation.
Whoopi Goldberg, bro.
Yeah. Like we didn't have Mufasa. Say it again.
I thought Seth Rogen.
No, he was cool, but
so good.
He was cool.
So good.
I also like Scar's come up in the end of the live action. That was serious. That was serious.
Yes. I did. Yeah. The fact that they didn't be prepared in the movie just made me go,
Do you know what I mean? There were certain bits that you're just like, oh, come on.
It really is. You're seeing something that you look like you're...
No, I'm waiting for you. You've done your 7. I'm waiting for your 6.
Oh, right. My bad. Okay. 2 things are showing live. Death Taxes and AJ talking about comic book movies. I have a feeling if you're smart, you're going to put one in here.
What? Panther?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. I just thought of my worst. Oh, fuck.
Black Panther?
I had one worst. I don't know.
I was going to say, I don't like the movie, but that would have been harsh. Even by my standards, I was like, whoa.
Me and Tolkien as the 2 black guys who don't like Black Panther. No.
Right. No, but okay. So the same way that you don't miss a beat to bring in a Marvel movie, there is a little 60s film franchise which I don't miss a beat to bring in either. R.I.P. to my dearly departed great-grandmother right here. She introduced me to this franchise. Has it aged horribly in some themes? Oh, God, yes.
I know where you're going, and I can imagine how it's aged.
God, yes. But you know what? I rewatched it. For my sins, I still laughed. So
listen, we can
carry on up the jungle.
You can always laugh at a bit of racism. It's bad to say, but it's true.
It's so bad.
Oh shit, bro! I've just realised. No, I'm not going to deviate. I saw Chris Rock live.
Talk to me.
Awesome, absolutely awesome. He comes out on stage and he's like, "I'm okay, guys. I'm okay." For anyone who cares, I'm getting my hearing back. Then he starts touching. He's like, I'm not going to go into it any further because that's for Netflix. He goes, yeah, these tickets are expensive. You wait till those tickets come out. And that was awesome. And the worst bit, could you imagine? I'm waiting outside the Royal Albert Hall, waiting for Chris Rock to come out. Keep working. I'm so focused on Chris Rock. I have a fucking conversation with the rapper Common, who initiates convo with me. Common is coming out of the thing. I'm looking at him like, that guy looks like Common. He's like, how you doing, brother? That's like the worst American accent ever. I'm like, oh my God, like, pleasure to meet you, sir. Like, awesome. He's like, yeah, you too, my king. Stay, like, pleasure, like, keep cool. And he's just walked into the car. And I'm like, that was fucking Common. I didn't even take out my camera. I'm like, who? I'm like, babe, remember the guy in that film? And I had to show her what film. She's like, oh, yes, now I recognize who it is. But yeah, Common, absolutely great, awesome guy. Chris Rock was stellar. We're an hour and 4 in. I can't go into it. But he is freaking awesome. And I've life goal, not met Chris Rock, but seen Chris Rock live.
Cool. I'm very glad that we've both seen him live now. It's a good thing.
There we go.
Shame. Next time we'll actually have to do it together.
Exactly. There we go.
But carry on up the jungle. So There are some themes in this that have aged. Oh my fucking god! But this is one of those things where I think we have to call to not cancel. This is so obviously, you've always said it beautifully. It's all about tone and all about intent.
Yes.
The Carry On films have to very much be viewed as a non-offensive product of their time, because they are at no point going out to offend, to be racist, to be bigoted. Fast forward 60 years, they come off as racist, offensive, and bigoted, but like, they are a product of their time, and they were never caused to offend. They were never created to offend. I mean, I find some of this shit hard to defend. I'm not gonna lie. Like the whitewashing, like getting big white people to dress up as black people and go ooga booga. It's like, fuck, shit. Like there are moments where it's like, oh no. This doesn't get so much of a pass. Like even back then, like whitewashing was like not cool. Like, but fuck, bro, it's so funny in parts. Like, and what they do that we just don't do anymore. It's like, do you know what's interesting? You know how people were like ultra conservative back in the 40s, 50s, and 60s, and the British were famously prudish about things like sex. As far as media goes, I feel we've almost lost the ability to be sexually graphic in a comedic way. Like 2022 seems to be in a place now where we're either going, yeah, we'll show you some titties and boobies, Game of Thrones, graphic, lustful, sinful violence. You can have some of that. Or you can have, a cheeky side boob if you're on Channel 5 after a post-watershed. But
I think even that's gone.
But what I'm saying is that forget like the raunchy stuff, and forget like, that obviously we're trying to sex you up here like they do in Game of Thrones and whatnot. Like sexual innuendo, you don't really see it anymore. Like you get the odd kind of dick joke here and there, especially obviously in gross out teen comedies, but in sort of, just out and out comedies, they very rarely go down the innuendo joke anymore.
Funny enough, Chris Rock actually brought up as well how people are scared to say stuff.
Yeah. And that's in one way what I kind of commend these Carry On films for, because like, especially back then when they were all, hyper conservative and not very forward thinking, the fact that they slip in so much sexual innuendo, and it is, bro, I'm sorry, there was a scene where two of the characters, so you've got some of the rogue gallery of Carry On characters, Sidney James is in it, Joan Sims is in it, Kenneth Connor is in it, not Kenneth Williams, sadly, Charles Hauntry's in it. But, Kenneth Connor, he's an assistant to a bird watcher, and he's a sort of bird watching apprentice. And, throughout the movie, they kind of play this joke about, bird woman, right? Yeah. But, there's the... For the fucking life of me, I couldn't help but laugh. I was like, this is gold. Like, they're in their tent, and we were talking about, sort of Western pomp. When you go into the jungle, you keep the hierarchy. It's in this film too, right? So this woman, Joan Sims, she's got her maids to help her shower in the middle of the jungle, all closed up, and Kenneth Connor gets sent to go and look at birds. He sort of points his head out the tent. He's like, "No, sir. No, don't look now. I think I found one. No." It's just shit like that. You're
it's stupidness, but yeah.
I didn't laugh, but I'm laughing. and then, they make a joke that his mentor comes in and says, "Oh, I say, let's have a look, boy. Oh, yes. You have found a bird, haven't you? A very nice one and rare one at that." And it's like, okay, beat me over the head with the same joke again and again and again, and I'm going to be on board with it. Look, Carry On films, by their very nature, they're vapid, they're sort of one dimension thick. They always tell a very cohesive beginning, middle, and an end story. It's not going to change the world. It's easily consumable, but they are always fucking fun. They are always fun.
I must admit, it's a collection I have to go through. It's one of those things that I caught them every now and again on ITV, but I've never I've got the collection, but I've never gone through it and just like...
Whole thing's on like Channel 4 at the moment. I believe the whole Carry On collection is on Channel 4 at the moment.
Nice. Yeah, might check it out. Well, we'll do, just time permitting. Cool.
It was
I
good.
wish I
Let me
could
just
add.
go through a few comments here. Billy Mount says, I think Monty Python is better than Carry On. You won't hear an argument for me on that. I think it's a sticky one. Carry On made far more movies than Monty Python did. So it's very difficult to compare them. I think when Monty Python...
It's a different kind of brand of comedy.
It is. It is. When Monty Python... Monty Python is very meta. Very, very meta. When Monty Python are at their peak, sort of Holy Grail, Life of Brian stuff, I don't think Carry On ever reached those highs. Case in point, Monty Python and the Holy Grail is my favorite comedy ever. Carry On never reached those peaks that Monty Python does, but on average, Carry On keep it so good throughout all of their movies. To have one director and one producer consistently make that many good movies. Like, I hate to drop the F-bomb, but that's like Kevin Feige does that now and gets praised for it. Like, this shit got done 60 years ago. No, one guy made literally 30 fucking movies. They were all really good.
I'll give you that. Carry On. Though I haven't seen it, the legacy is there.
It's one guy who did them all. And it's like, Gerald Thomas, bro, respect.
Nice.
Billy Mount then says, I saw bits of Carry On Columbus and really thought... Now, okay, Columbus is a weird one because Columbus, although it's got the Carry On title, it's not the Carry On cast. Columbus was the last Carry On movie they made, AJ. And Columbus had people like Julian fucking Clary in it.
the generation is insane that the generation's wrong.
This is what I'm saying.
The generation's wrong.
So Billy Mount, I'm with you. Carry On Columbus? No.
It's when they
the only one who remained from the original cast was, I believe, Jim Dale, and he was old at that point. And his shtick was always like, I'm the young, handsome, but kind of bumbling, awkward one. He was like the Hugh Grant of the Carry On movies. The fact that he's playing Christopher Columbus in this movie, I'm like, this is all wrong.
So I see what they tried to do. They probably tried to create a new generation of Carry On, and it just died in its wake. Yeah, fair enough.
That's it. So,
cool.
For fuck's sake, the porn is back again. Blocking the porn.
Ow.
There's so much porn tonight. More porn. Your number 5, please.
It's because it's your fault. The penis got you. No, now it's there. Right. If we're not in similar territory, it's definitely a punt because there's no way you haven't got this film on your list. A comedy you introed me to. Tropic Thunder.
It's your number 5?
Yeah.
It's slight punt.
Yeah, fair play. Okay.
So people may call bullshit on me for this because it's not entirely set in the jungle, but a large chunk of it is, which is why I think he gets a pass. Blood Diamond. I mean, the diamond mines are in the jungle. He's walking through the jungle for most of the movie with Jim on Honsu.
You can't dispute it. I mean, it's in there. It's in there. The jungle's in there.
It's literally in the jungle.
We didn't say set entirely in the jungle. It's revolving around it. Yes, there's a lot more to it.
There are points where they go to what's the capital of Sierra Leone? Is it Freetown or am I going mad?
Freetown.
It is Freetown. Yeah, there's parts when they're in Freetown when it gets overrun by the RUF. RUF is fighting for the people of Sierra Leone. I love that film, man. I think it's one of DiCaprio's underappreciated gems. The fact that people are like saying, "Oh, his accent's not on point," I'm like, have you spoken?
I never thought that.
Have you spoken to a Safa before? He sounds exactly South African. He sounds more South African than some South African people. Especially the South Africans who are like, yeah, my man, he doesn't sound like so much like an Afrikaans man, yeah? Like, neither do you. I thought he was on point in this.
One of those things, I've not had a beef with it. I didn't think, like, fucking hell. Sometimes you're like, you're trying. I didn't have that beef with Leo in this. I was like, wow.
What I think DiCaprio did in this that was genius is that I think he trod the line beautifully between being sympathetic, but also being highly unlikable. And for a guy like DiCaprio, who's like, you you see DiCaprio on screen, and like, my guy, I like you because you're fucking Leonardo DiCaprio, right? But yeah, like he blew me away with this. This for me, there's that like when people like Bale isn't that good, I'm like, go watch The Fighter. When people like DiCaprio's not that good, this is the movie I send them to. It's not like the Revenant or The Departed. Weirdly, the movie I'll send people to say, D, I want to see a powerhouse performance. Look at DiCaprio in Blood Diamond. He jumps out the screen in this movie. I think, like, yeah, it's incredible what he does. Not saying anything against Jennifer Connelly and Jimon Honsu, but DiCaprio is a scene stealer.
But again, we're talking in referral. If you're going to talk in referral, this is your Leo referral film for people who don't like Leo. So, what case in point, it stands.
Yeah, it's literally that. Francis never saw Blood Diamond. Francis, please check that one out. It's
a good
brilliant.
Film.
It is great. Yeah. Don't have much to add. We brought it up quite a bit over the last few years, but massive fan of Blood Diamond.
Right. Okay.
Your number 4, please.
So this is our punt from earlier. It's Dwayne for the second time for me. This is the Welcome to the Jungle I talk about when I talk about The Rock. Not Jumanji. I keep doing that. Thank you. Sorry. Yeah. Welcome to the Jungle, aka The Rundown in the States. Another
really good.
I remember. Do you remember? You look back and being a wrestling fan, you just ran to everything The Rock made and what have you. And I remember seeing Scorpion King and thinking this sucks. I remember Mummy 2, and I thought I enjoyed the Mummy 2. I just didn't enjoy his part in it. I can't remember what else.
I mean, the Mummy 2 kind of sucks, bro.
Yeah, I enjoyed it, as I said.
They get progressively worse, but it wasn't the Mummy 1.
Yeah, it wasn't the Mummy 1. And this is where we're going. And I remember seeing this one, and I was a bit apprehensive because I'm like, okay, he's with Stifler. Where are they going to go with this? The chemistry between Dwayne Johnson and Sean William Scott is absolutely golden. And to be honest, again, this was one of those things that I felt that it was still wacky, but I was like, Sean William Scott isn't just Stifler, because he gave me another sense of comedy in this. As the
little bit of thunder, little lightning.
I don't do it now, but that was so quotable back in the day. It was
so much.
It was just hilarious. So, like, Sean William Scott is the son of. No, I was going to say Christopher Walken's a villain. I can't remember who his dad is in the film, but
he's like a thuggish gangster who sends The Rock after him.
Yeah, basically this guy, and The Rock is this. He's a seeker. He can go out and he finds people. That's what he does. Even though he has a passion to want to be a chef, so he goes.
Which I love.
He goes out in seek of Sean William Scott, but Sean William Scott is, while trying to discover himself, is also looking for El Gato Negro, if I remember rightly, was the little statue, and so they go on. It's basically just a jungle escapade for a bit of gold and trying to bring a guy back. But absolutely.
Can I just give props also for the shape that Sean William Scott got in for this movie?
Yeah. That's a good point, actually.
Because he was never naturally ripped, but this I was like, whoa.
Yeah, there was
you got in superhero shape.
Yeah. Keep saying it, Wally West.
Yeah.
My Wally West.
I'm with you. He should have been the Flash. I'm completely with you. Always. Yeah. He will. Now
it's
in my head.
He had the timing. Yeah, he had the timing to be the Flash. That is a bit late now, but hey, still have you.
And let's not forget what Frank Torres has said here. Schwarzenegger passing the baton to The Rock at the beginning.
Of course. Yes. Yeah. That was awesome as well.
That was a great touch.
When you look at it, like, he got Arnie's seal of approval.
You know what needs to happen now? Sly needs to do it for Cena.
That would be cool. Actually.
And it's like, yes, the better actor acknowledging the other better actor. It's true, though. We all love Arnie more, but Sly is the better actor.
Arnie will always get more. Like, I'll run to an Arnie film more, but Sly
is the better actor. Come on, like, one is Oscar nominated, one is not.
Yeah. There we are. But yeah.
Who else was in the rundown? I saw Rosario Dawson was in this.
Who?
Christopher Walken and Rosario Dawson.
Rosario Dawson. Yeah. She's was like the love interest for Sean William Scott, but the native of the time. Yeah.
She's legitimately had an amazing career.
She has. Underrated but great career.
Underrated but always there. She's
Consistent,
like
isn't it?
she's like the Samuel L. Jackson of women.
I wouldn't even put it above that because Samuel has done some things. I'm not saying she's done everything she's done is awesome, but yeah, they're a bit more. I could put more good than bad for her. What was I about?
Billy Mount, The Rock and John Cena should be the next Expendables movie. Oh, give me that all day.
That would be cool. That
would be so fucking cool, actually.
That would be awesome.
That would be awesome.
That would be awesome. That would be fun. Yeah, who knows? Who knows? You could see it now, like the young guns who are doing a mission, and then the Expendables have to come in, and there's that like, they're not enemies, but that tension between
frenemies.
Yeah, it would be freaking awesome. It would be freaking awesome. Sly, I know you're listening. Make it happen.
He watches.
Enough retweets, guys. Enough retweets. He'll do it. In fact, Chris, if you could produce it and send it over to Sly.
There you go, Chris, my man. Make that happen.
There we go.
So that was your 4, yeah?
Indeed.
Right, that was my 4 was the slight pump from just now. Tropic Thunder. Of course, this was going to make my list.
I knew this.
Duh. It's Tropic Thunder in a jungle movie, and also water wet. Like, yeah, duh. Like, fucking hell. Although there's some really, really flippant motherfuckers who are trying to actually water's not wet. I said, please shut the fuck up.
Oh, I hate them. I don't even like to
hate people like that.
I don't like to get into that discussion.
It's like, do you literally have nothing better to do than to try and sound intelligent? Why don't you just say something intelligent? Oh, speaking of butt slams, actually sounding intelligent, saying something intelligent. My boss in Dubai chastised someone like in one of our media meetings, but it was this very nondescript, Americana way of passively aggressively chastising someone. And I was looking, and outside I was probably going, ooh, but in my head I was like, because it was, he sort of cut this guy off who was making a very big deal about not very much. One of those water is not wet type wankers. And Jared just cut him off, and he was like, I mean, it's perfectly simple to me, man. I understood it until you explained it. Oh, shit.
So there's one that's not safe for work, so I can't share it with the Eddie squad, actually, but I will share it with you. We had someone talking about how useful someone can be at work. One of my managers said, how useful is he? He's about as useful as... Have a read of that, bro.
Oh, fuck. No, that definitely needs to be shared to the squads, AJ.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I don't want to offend anyone. Yeah? It's shareable.
It's our podcast. Defend away. I feel our demographic are
perfectly
capable of hearing.
There is no hatred to any.
It's a joke. It's a joke. It's a joke. It's a joke.
We had this member of staff who used to really just drag his feet and go around and everything, but he was a nice guy. But our new manager came in and was like, I cannot wait to get rid of him. He was even saying stuff like, he will be part of the January sales. Why do we call it January sales? Everything must go. And he goes, but what's wrong with him? He's like, what's wrong with him? He is about as useful as camel toe in a gay bar. I remember hearing that and I went, wow.
Useful as camel toe in a gay bar. I'm just saying, I'm going to remember that and I will use that and pass it off as my own.
Do it. But there we go. There we are. Again, no discrimination.
Chris Trengrove and I having a bit of a romance this week. Tropic Thunder is grade A comedy. You damn right.
I had good fun with it. I wasn't expecting to have as much fun with it as I did. I'm very hit and miss when it comes to Ben Stiller. I can watch his films, but I don't think they're great. I Meet the Parents is kind of like my top. I'll be like there, and everything else can measure. Tropic Thunder came in, and I was like, Downey Jr. obviously was awesome. Absolutely awesome. Jack Black, who I'm not the biggest fan of,
was great.
The biggest fan of was freaking awesome. He was awesome. Again, Jack Black and The Rock. Who knew? Jungle movies.
Bro, and to quote Billy Mount here, Tom Cruise absolutely steals the show. Like,
yes, I know that's your go-to. Yeah,
he's so
he's
fucking.
top. Tom is absolutely tops in that as well. Obviously, I mean, he cut the cuts are there, but the main people whose journey we follow is
So good.
No, Tom Cruise he was stellar. I was like, Tom, I like it. I like
I
it.
love.
Different.
I will never get over how fucking meta this movie is. A movie about a movie based on a movie that was a failed movie, and this movie fails, so they go and make a movie. It's like, what?
Yeah.
It's very good. And what was that fucking crazy meta we got a few months ago? Like, were we talking? What was it?
Shit.
Because Tropic Thunder came up and it led to like the most meta moment in the Silver Screen Dudes universe ever.
We so should have saved that. I can't remember. I'm not going to put the pressure on you.
But it's like
I'm not going to put the pressure on you. But Gavin, I know you are the Silver Screen Dudes encyclopedia. there was a virtual wink there to all pod squads. But yeah, I remember it was a mad meta moment.
Andy Hurt's in the house. Good evening, gents.
Hey,
Caught me by
Andy,
surprise. Didn't realize you were recording tonight. Not sticking. It was an exception, Andy. Just I had a little bit of a problematic timing with the wife yesterday. You were recording tonight, not sticking around. We'll catch the podcast. By the way, excuse me. Tropic Thunder was surprisingly excellent.
That's what I felt. I was taken back by how much I enjoyed it. I didn't expect to enjoy it as much as I did. To complete that sentence. Right.
This is very good from Frank. I know who I am. I'm a dude playing the dude disguised as another dude. So good. And yeah, have you seen the MI7 trailer, by the way?
Not as yet, no.
It's literally what Francis Lalonde says here. Running. Lots and lots of running. Oh, by the way, that stunt at the end of the trailer, that was actually Tom Cruise.
Of course it was Tom. Like there's going to be a major killer stunt and he's not going to do it.
Did you see the stunt?
I fucking insane.
And then watch the making of on YouTube, where you find out that they did this stunt again and again and again 12 times in a row. And it's like, to have the balls to do it once is one thing. The fact that he gets down at the end is like, again! It's like, Tom, are you getting crazier the older you get? Like, it's like the older you get and closer you get to death's door, it's like, I will just care less about my life each movie.
YouTube, we love you and we thank you, but just allow us to share the stuff. Look, could you imagine just being able to just put the share screen up right now and just all together in unison? No, we can't. No, we can't. Oh, can we? It's a watch along, isn't it?
I'm pretty sure we can, AJ. Hang on.
I mean, second. I know the capabilities are there. I just don't know if, yeah.
Oh, legally we get fucked. No, we can't.
No, but hold on. We used to do trailer reactions. No, is that not cool?
We'd get demonetized for doing trailer reactions, but we could do it.
Okay, guys, if you want us to do it, give a couple of thumbs up and buy us a coffee, and we will do it. We might close the show with it.
There you go. There you go.
Right. Okay.
And if you're really nice, I'll play you a segment called "The Penis Got Me" at the end. Your number 3, please.
So my number 3 was the one I forgot, but I do. Out of this franchise, this was my favorite. Kong Skull Island.
Interesting.
Yeah.
It's not the Kong movie I would have gone with if I wanted to bat for it being in the jungle. Peter Jackson.
Have I ever said it to you? I've never finished that film.
So why?
I just couldn't.
I mean, you've never finished Lord of the Rings. I don't know why I'm surprised. You and Jackson clearly don't get along.
The only wingnut movie I have finished was the fake Muppets. I can't even remember what the fuck that was called, and God knows why I finished that.
Happy Time Murders?
Huh?
Happy Time Murders?
No. That I enjoyed. That was Melissa McCarthy. I can't remember the other one. The free balls? Something like I can't remember. Yeah, the rabbit and AIDS and all that mad. Yeah.
Rabbit and AIDS. Oh my God.
Yeah, the rabbit had AIDS. That's literally what happened.
I'm with Francis on this. Kong from 1933 is better than Skull Island. And Chris is with me. I would have gone Peter Jackson's King Kong as well.
Fair play, guys. I've not finished the Jackson one, but out of that franchise, I really.
The Feebles, is that what you wanted?
That was the one. Thank you, Chris. Yeah. I really enjoyed it. Out of that whole franchise that we've got from King Kong, Godzilla, the lot, this was my favorite. Honestly, my favorite.
How?
I couldn't get into the Kong movies, the Godzilla movies.
How
Possibly,
the fuck do you not like that first Godzilla movie?
possibly, and this could be wrong. I didn't enjoy it. I didn't like it. I just didn't enjoy it as much. This was my favorite. This was the one that caught me. Story, telling the lot. I really enjoyed this take on Kong, if I'm honest. Possibly, I had over movied out. This is when I was fighting the global one. And I was just going through movies. I'd done the whole Bond stuff, and then I went through this one, and I realized my attention may not have been as tight. I'd also done the whole Mission Impossible from beginning to end as well. And then I took on this franchise. And yeah, I really loved Kong Skull Island. It really caught me. I like what they're doing with Kong here. May not be for everyone, clearly. I could see from the comments. But I like
Bro, do you know what? After seeing, because I'm one of those guys who loved that first Godzilla movie.
Mm-hmm.
I love the way that he kind of went down the Jaws route when people were expecting, big balls to the wall action, and he just kept on teasing it and teasing it. People were like, show the fucking thing. It's like, no. Tease us constantly, so then the payoff at the end is that much better. Oh my fuck, the payoff at the end of that movie. Like, you have to appreciate, people disregard this. That was a moment in cinema when Godzilla gets twatted into the dust, and then you just see in the dust, and then the plasma breath comes out. I was like, what the fuck am I? It's a proper whiskey laugh came out of me, I was like, what in God's name did I just see? And then it's like, not only does he do the plasma breath, no. He then grabs Monster's head at the end, pulls him open, and he's like, what the fuck am I doing? This is like Japanese cartoon come to life. What am I watching? This is like the greatest thing ever. And it was like, this was in like a nondescript 2014 movie. I'm like, give me this for the rest of my life. Give me that Godzilla, and I'm happy. And the fact that, because they didn't do this properly in the other two movies, that I insist they made Godzilla smaller in the follow-up movies. Godzilla in that first movie was a fucking titan. Like, feet were the size of buildings. I was like, now that's a Godzilla I can get on board with. Oh, and he's got plasma breath. I'm down. I'm in. Like, fuck yeah, I'm in. I love that first movie. And then we get to Kong Skull Island, and it's like, so you got Captain Marvel, Loki, and Nick Fury to sell the tickets. And story? Oh, we're trying to do Apocalypse Now. Got you. You're just not very good at it.
Here's a small disclaimer where I can understand where the disappointment came. I watched it chronologically, not in order of release. So I watched Skull Island first. So the disappointment wouldn't be there. And I was like, okay, I see where we're going. Yeah, I was watching like which order do you watch it? And they said, well, if you want to watch it chronologically, this is how the story develops. So I kind of watched it in that order, as opposed to seeing all the madness that Godzilla had to offer, and then being like, oh well, King Kong's not doing as much. But I liked it. I really enjoyed Skull Island. I was like, yeah. Hey,
you're
go Kong.
A small island there, bro.
I see that. I'm on Skull Island, bro. Leave me alone.
Well played. I've got a comment from Mixed Memorabilia here, which I missed earlier. I've been saving this one for the show today. Che, part 1 and 2. What are your thoughts? I'm going to bat for AJ and say he hasn't seen them.
There we go.
I'll say this. I saw Che part 1, and I didn't see part 2. There was a reason. It didn't leave a lasting impression on me. I remember Benicio del Toro being really good in it, playing Che Guevara. Sorry?
Where's this? Is it on Netflix or something?
Che, Jesus, bro, I saw it in Thailand like 15 plus years ago. On one of the good old Asian DVDs.
Okay.
You get me? But yeah, like, it didn't leave a lasting impression on me, Mixed Memorabilia. I'm glad you liked it. I'm not the biggest fan of Steven Soderbergh.
It was a question. It was a question. There was no that they enjoyed it or hated it. It was just, what are your thoughts?
It's going to be Mixed Memorabilia's number 1. based on the conversation I had on Twitter.
So here's a question, because the same manager who gave us the camel toe comment has recommended this series for me to watch on Netflix. Don't know why I'm bringing it up now, but it just came to my mind. I want to know, has anyone seen, or are they currently watching, Love, Death and Robots? It's on Netflix. It's apparently really interesting because each episode are like standalone short stories, and apparently each one has the concept of love, death, and robots, essentially. But each one is done by a different director, a different set of writers, and so each team does a different episode. So quite interesting. So if anyone has seen it, just want to know if it is worth the thumbs up that was given. Thank you.
Fair. Yeah. Billy Mount wants to know, Nico and AJ, what did you think of that last one, Godzilla versus Kong?
Yeah.
It was my second favorite of the 4. I got a big nerdy kick seeing Mecha Godzilla on screen. I was like, this is just like my childhood on screen. Like, I can't not like this. Is the movie good? No, but Mecha Godzilla. Like, how am I meant to say I didn't like this? It's like, there's fucking Mecha Godzilla on screen. It's one of those moments where it's like, yes, I'm going to be really shallow. I'm going to be a complete freaking nostalgia puppet. Give me the popcorn. Give me the popcorn. That's Mecha Godzilla. The first Godzilla from Gareth Edwards, I actually think is really good. And Chris Trengrove agrees. Gareth Edwards Godzilla is really good. It is really good. It is really, really good. Chris Trengrove says to you, AJ, I watched the first season of Love, Death and Robots, not season 2. I solidly enjoyed season 1.
Thank you, Chris. So it's something... Because this short story is, as he said, he goes, when you're really busy and you're just looking for that one last thing to watch before bed, this is it. A nice little short story. So, might be a new thing in those bare moments between Rushmore movies. Yeah.
That was your number 3, yes?
Indeed.
I have a feeling we're about to punt. My number 3, Predator.
Well, it's my number 2.
Cool. So let's talk. You are one ugly motherfucker.
It's great fun, isn't it? It's great fun. But when you look at it, it was that element of understanding the jungle and utilizing it that bit more than, again, I shouldn't compare it to Rambo, but when we're down on those jungle action movies of what it was, that's what
Predator is fucking superb.
Absolutely awesome. Absolutely.
And it does not age. It does not age. Some of the effects. It's so weird, isn't it? Because of the tone of the movie, you forgive those sort of old school infrared effects because it kind of just adds to the retro feel of it.
Yeah. Do you know the only thing I think is I kind of picture something like The Invisible Man. I'm like, you could just slightly polish up the cloaking, but you still forgive it because it's tight. And it's just a couple of beams here and there from a gun. But apart from that, you're not going to hate on the film because it just gives you what you need. And that's what I loved about it. Rewatching it, I was like, yeah.
Also, Jesse Ventura.
Jesse the body.
I just love that beginning when Dutch comes up and they do that kind of man handshake, but that handshake almost turns into like a fucking arm wrestle in midair.
I'm laughing my head off, because it's one of those memeable things that you always see time and time again. But it's the fact that they do it, it cuts back and then it goes back to show the arm wrestle. And I'm like, you stink of 80s. You
stink of 80s and you stink of testosterone, but this whole movie stinks of testosterone. I ain't got time to bleed. It's like, okay. CIA got you pushing too many pencils. It's like... It's fucking one of the best action movies ever made. It just is. Like, yes, Sly is the better actor, but when it comes to like repertoire of action, Arnie has got a holy trinity that you cannot really touch.
If he was doing the Predator collection versus the Rambo collection, they would all lose to First Blood because of the story and the arc of First Blood. You're going to tell me Predators, right? Is going to be like the movie, which I still haven't seen.
Predators is really good.
I still need to see
Predators is really, really good. The Predator, terrible. Predator 2, yeah. Predators, really good.
I remember you saying this is really good.
But it's flawless. You know, it's written by Shane Black, who's also done things like Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. It was directed by fucking, John McTiernan, the guy who did Die Hard. It was composed by Alan Silvestri. Oh, he's just famous for doing a little movie called The Avengers. That guy. It's like a fucking who's who of action, this film. Yeah. It's just brilliant.
Production
Get to the chopper. Go, come on. Do it now. Get to the chopper. Come on. It's so good. Oh, shit. Chris Trengrove says Predator is better than First Blood. Gavin Mann, Predator is better than First Blood.
If you're talking action, yes. If you're talking a story, no. The story of First Blood is tops. It's absolutely tops. It's an actual character piece. It shows you the effects of PTSD. Like it's big. If we're talking all out action, Predator kicks First Blood's ass. It's not an argument. There's not even a conversation.
Is Predator better than Terminator? No.
1, yes. 2, no. I know people will vote otherwise, but for me, that's no. And yeah, I was sipping right after I said it. Terminator 2 remains my
Predator. That's it. That's the comment. Makes memorabilia. Predator is my number 1. Chris Trengrove. I'm talking the whole thing. First Blood is very good, but has some hiccups. Predator is better overall. Francis Lawn says Predator is better than Terminator, though T2 is better. Oh shit, Chris Trengrove, T1 better than Predator. Gavin Mann, T2 better than Predator, which is better.
Thank you, Gavin. Thank you. That's exactly the way we put that there.
I'm kind of going to bat with Chris on this one. T1 better than Predator, but that's better than T2.
Anyway, Gavin has spoken. Gavin has spoken, and that's what matters. Respect.
Gavin has spoken. I'm with AJ. Yeah.
I'm with Gavin. Yeah. That's what it
is. Billy Mount says there's a prequel film called Prey. Oh, I'm all for that.
I have heard of that.
I have not, and I'm all fucking in for that. I am all in for that. That was my 3, your 2, so my 2, yes?
Yes, sir.
Francis Ford Coppola's Apocalypse Now. Oh shit! My man! Respect.
Okay.
Is this your first viewing?
Yes, actually, yes.
My man!
It is. We're finally.
Did you watch the 4-hour Redux version?
No.
Not my man.
No, but hold on. I'm going to come back to that in a sec.
Director's cut, basically.
Well, no, because director's cut and Redux are 2 different versions.
The Redux is that's the one.
We'll come to that in a minute. Let's go to that. Right. So it's my worst time, yeah. So my initial worst was George of the Jungle.
Some people put this as their best on Twitter, and I was like, "What is happening?"
So here's the thing. I remember, and I don't know how I think it must have been Channel 4, watching the cartoons of George of the Jungle. May have been Cartoon Network. I can't remember where, but I saw them. Now they're not the world's greatest cartoons, but I had great fun with them. They were just there. They were something to sit back and enjoy. It was there with like Mr. Magoo and like those of a past generation. You know, it was cartoons of a past generation. And then you come to hear that they're making films in your generation. You think, well, this is cool. You know, like the Flintstones. You really enjoyed the Flintstone cartoons, not so much the movie. The film was fun.
Fuck off. I had fun with the film.
The film was fun, but you know, it doesn't match the cartoon if you want.
No.
That's what I'm saying. I love the film, but it doesn't match the cartoon. These ones that you don't care about as much. By the way, while we're talking about that, can they please make a Jetsons movie? Anyway, that's just me talking.
They did. It's called Blade Runner.
But here came George of the Jungle. I'm aware of this, and it's Brendan Fraser. It would be really cool. I remember watching this as a kid, and I've not watched it since. And I thought, this isn't funny. This is like very stupid. like very stupid. And you know when you're young and you feel that, that's what troubled me, and that's how I felt about it. And I again, there were films I wanted to watch and I didn't have time to watch. I wasn't going to rewatch George of the Jungle to feel,
It's like, it's cool. They got me once.
Yeah, that's that.
I swear John Cleese voiced one of the one of them.
He probably did. Now, while we're on this jungle topic, you, my friend, quoted 3 things in life.
Oh, you didn't put Black Panther. Come on.
I wouldn't dare.
However, you would.
You forgot one other jungle dweller.
Stop. Bad, yeah. Obviously. You haven't been mean to the Eternals, I hope. That's good.
No. I'll give you a clue. It's in my DVD collection.
Oh. Billy?
Yeah. Oh, yes. It's Billy Zane. The actor that, if there was an actor I said I cannot stand, it was him. And this guy topped it. I can't even remember the story. I remember my dad used to have comics of it. But yeah, if we're going to talk god awful, batshit crazy stupidness, yes, people, the Phantom, Billy Zane as a freaking superhero. Oh, good Lord. Do I remember the story? Oh, fuck no. I remember this purple prick in the jungle. As you said, there are 3 things sure in life, and I thought of Black Panther, but it didn't make the cut. It just didn't make the cut. I'm sorry.
Oh, God.
The Phantom. I cannot remember the story, so I will not delve. It was, as Nico said, me and superheroes, and I was like, oh my God, there is another one to mention. There is another.
It is so bad. Okay, now, I'm going to be real here. I put Morbius in that level of bad.
Ooh,
no, it is that bad.
Morbius is available for rent, and obviously that means it's available to me at the moment. But this tonight, oh God, if you're putting it in,
no.
If you're putting Phantom and
Morbius floats somewhere between Ben Affleck's Daredevil and Phantom. It's somewhere in that weird limbo.
Yeah, I remember watching this and just not being able. And you know, when you're younger, you can get excited by most superheroes. This one just didn't. But it just didn't give me anything. It had.
Do you know what? I'm going to be objective here and say it gave me one thing that to this day I do remember.
Go. I've actually blanked the film out from my mind. I know I brought the DVD.
The villain, he's got this magnifying glass, one of those manual, not like a loop, like an actual, stethoscope. Telescope's the stars, isn't it? Stethoscope is the little one you look at micro.
Is that stethoscope or is that the doctor's thing? I know what you're talking about, though.
Stethoscope, I think you're right. Stethoscope is what they fucking use to listen to your heart.
Guys, you know what we're talking about. If you've got the word, put it out there, please.
Yeah, it's all magnifying glass, which you can look at microscopic.
You put your petri dish under it and you magnify.
This one, yes. So there's a really nasty death in the Phantom that's so nasty that it's actually always stuck with me. He's got this microscope trapped so that when you focus it, it shoots fucking daggers into your eyes. And even as a kid, I saw that. I was like, yo.
You know what? We said telescope, stethoscope, and it's only as you said it casually without realizing, yes. It's
microscope. It's a fucking microscope, isn't it? Smart boys.
You can see where we made it in the education. Yeah, we were the biology boys. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
I am now, bitch.
This is good. Yeah.
Oh God. Riri supports me, by the way. God, don't even bother with Morbius.
Oh, God.
Don't do this to yourself.
Listen, do you remember Revolver? Revolver?
This is worse.
Yeah, but do you remember me telling you you don't, bro, just don't touch it? And you're like, I have to see it for myself. It's there.
Then the text in the house. I didn't hate the Phantom when it came out, but yes, it is not good.
Dan had to jump in at that point. How you doing, Dan?
What up, Dan? The Phantom's a good fucking shout, bro. Well played.
Hey.
Oof, that's bad. Before I reveal my worst, guys, if you could all down in the comment section, or if you're watching live now, just comment away your Rushmore, please. Your top 4 jungle movies. Sound off in the comments. Now, my worst. I toyed with George of the Jungle. I toyed with a few things. And then I remembered a movie called Cannibal Holocaust. Now, I'd never put that as my worst because
it's gruesome as fuck. Yeah.
Huh? It's gruesome as fuck. No, it's not a bad film. It's controversial, but like it's not a bad film. There are things they do in it that I don't like. Like it was because of Cannibal Holocaust that, sometimes you get that message in movies like no animals were harmed during the making of this film. It's because of Cannibal Holocaust, where they literally kill animals in the movie. It's like, that's not cool at all. Don't approve of that in any way, shape, or form. No one should have to die or suffer. Suffer is too subjective. No one should have to die for a movie to be made.
Yeah.
Least of all intentionally.
Yeah.
Crazy that I have to specify that, because now people are going to be like, what about Brandon Lee? Accident. This was intentional.
But again, it still sticks. No one should have to die. It was just
no one should have. It does still stick. No one should have to die. There's a man who you and me also don't like very much. We've talked about Will Ferrell. We've talked about Billy Zane. Eli Roth. Not a friend of the channel. Now, while I'm okay with the first Hostel movie and his performance was okay in Inglourious Bastards, I've never understood the fanfare that this guy gets. I mean, if you like him, you like him. Fair play to you. You're winning at life more than I am. There is a movie he did, which is essentially a very, very, very shit version of Cannibal Holocaust called The Green Inferno. Now,
even the poster looks weird. Like,
the poster kind of sums it up perfectly. It's like they've tried to sexualize cannibalism in a weird way. Like, I'll tell you one scene in the movie which will explain the whole tone of how just like, okay, no, stupid and weird it is. So they've all been captured by the cannibals, right? The big fat guy amongst them has been cut up because fresh meat. And while they're all watching their friend literally be pulled apart, and this is an Eli Roth movie, so the pulling apart, you're going to see that,
of course,
right?
Of course, yeah.
Because it's Eli Roth, so you must see all the gruesome, gory details. One of the guys literally just starts jacking off. And then one of the girls looks at him and is like, huh? And I was like, I swear she's speaking for the whole fucking audience, because it's not like one of those, it's not like one of those stereotypical, oh my God, don't do that. Or how could you do that at a time like this? The sound she makes is literally just, huh?
Do you know what I'm guessing? The actual person who funded this film said, you need to make one of the characters do that, because that's how I feel like you've written a film we're about to produce.
Do you know what the answer he says? You need to do it to feel alive. It's like,
fuck off.
I hate you sometimes so much, Eli Roth. I can't tell you.
And this is one of the highest moments of hating. That's just dead.
That sums up the film in a nutshell. Jacking off to cannibalism to feel alive. That's the film. Fuck
off. That's dead. That is so dead.
It's proper dead.
That's dead. That is weak. That is, oh, come on. That's some whack ass shit, man. That is, no. Stop it. You know there are times you can laugh at stuff. UA Bowl collection. You could even like take the piss out of it. Mock for our listeners across the oceans and seas there. That it's just weak. There's just nothing in that for me to even go.
Billy Mount's been kind enough to remind me. Yeah, while he's nobbing off, the girl shits herself, and of course you see that.
So
So you don't need
we're just doing grotesque for the
sake of it.
being grotesque.
Someone needs to explain to Mr. Eli that when you've got a body being ripped apart, for most audience members, you don't need to up the ante of grotesque.
Well, that's the sad thing, is that you haven't upped it. You've just got these stupid side bits that are just going to piss people off while viewing it.
Yeah.
Like,
can you imagine in Martyr if during that fucking crucifix scene there was just a guy on the side going, "You need to feel alive. It makes you feel good." It's like,
yeah, c'est la vie, c'est
la vie, c'est le cum. It's like, it would just, Martyr. If you did that in a movie like Martyr, it would just take you out completely.
Again, guys, French version, please. Over.
Yeah. 100%. Billy Mount says it perfectly. Fuck Eli Roth and his movies. Preach.
Can't really say much else to that.
No.
Yeah.
Francis Land, Green Inferno. The penis will get you.
Oh man.
Chris Trengrove says, "What else do you jack off to?" So I'm a Brit here. So if we were back on the school ground, both AJ and I would probably say in unison now, "Your mum."
That would have been, oh yeah.
At
that
15,
was great.
You just open up a can of whoop ass there for yourself.
Oh yeah, grade A B. Oh yeah. And oh god, the follow up that would have come to that, you would have been destroyed for weeks. But hey, I'm a great
man. Francis Long is the Lighthouse ? What, because of the weird shit they do in the Lighthouse? Yeah, but they've set the movie up to be weird. That's the difference. This, like, Green Inferno is a whole different thing. Chris Trengrove says, "Good answer." When all else fails, resort to your mama jokes.
You know, I swear to God, I missed it. Do you know what? It goes back to what we were saying about being sensitive. I miss the old me. Where is he? I need to go look for him. Oh, God.
Who?
Huh? The old me. The old me.
No, don't let him sleep.
Don't bring him back. Don't do that.
No. Just make like AJ Styles, and we don't want none.
He was a vicious bastard. Right. Anyway.
Guys, I'm only seeing 4 Rushmores here. Please drop your Rushmores down in the comments below. Let me know what your top 4 jungle movies are. So we know what your number 1 is, AJ. Fire away, my friend. I'm so happy.
While we're going on this, I actually Googled how many versions are there and what is it? Because I actually have Redux on DVD somewhere.
4, right?
It's 7. No, 4, 5, I think.
I know of 4. I've seen 4 different versions. I didn't know.
Because I remember once I've done this, I then started to find out how many versions of Blade Runner there are. Because I know there's director's cut. Yeah, I know there's director's cut, Redux, original, theatrical. I think there's US theatrical and theatrical cut, something like that. So it's like 5 to 6 versions of this. And obviously, being AJ, I have ways of catching all different versions of films. Right. I'm not the only one, but between the two of us, I'm just a bit more partial to it.
Carry on.
They gave breakdowns of which is what and which is the best one to see. Excuse me. Did I wear this? That came from. Anyway, with that, they gave all the different answers. And apparently Redux was not highly favored as a version to watch. And they said, like, the best version, I can't even remember where I read this, but the version that was recommended was the original, like the, I think, theatrical, like what was originally intended.
No, it's missing so much.
Really? So I went with that. I was willing to go further. Don't get me wrong, the film was fucking long anyway. Not that I didn't enjoy it. And so, like,
did they have the French family in the version you saw?
The French family. I'm going through the film. Yes.
The French family were in it.
Yes, with the lady who takes him to the room. Yeah, she's in it. She takes him up to the room.
That's not the original version then, brother.
Bro, from what I know, I don't know what version I watched.
The Redux was good because it introduced the French family, which you really need. It's a really important part of the story. People are like, it's a tangent. I'm like, it's not. It's part of his descent into Cuckoo Land. You need that French story.
But they talk about how it's yeah.
And Bien Fou, we lose.
Yeah.
In Algeria, we lose. Here, we don't lose.
Yeah.
You know, the French
is our family
pride.
where you talk about a fallen. Yeah, that's definitely in there. You know,
Cool. That's the Redux then.
Yeah, it's Redux, but I don't. Well, calling me Reduxed.
And
it didn't say Redux.
You also get a lot more Marlon Brando in the Redux.
That section, it was heavy. It was because I remember hearing it, and I know he's in it, and I'm like aware that I've seen his voice, and I knew he kind of came at the end, and I was like, oh, we're really not seeing Marlon, right? We're really not seeing Marlon, and then he comes, and obviously there's this big conversation that yeah,
and he brings the rain.
Yeah, indeed. As with Brandon,
he's so fucking good.
Brando does Brandon. Yeah,
like I know I'm stating beyond the obvious here, but oh my fucking word, Marlon Brando, like that fucking guy.
Like, but you know what? You know when you talk about Golden and you talk about like the whole holding back with Godzilla, you could kind of quote it here for this film. Like, you know, in other films you see the enemy or the bad or the target or whatever you want to call it. It's there, and it's the build up to him coming as well, because you're getting into where the hideout. And it's severed heads. the fuck? Yeah. Before his arrival, we have severed heads. So the tension is building, and then you have the presence. So it was big. It was big. Do you know what it is though? Throughout the whole thing,
you know the whole Dennis Hopper scene wasn't in the script, right? That whole thing you're seeing with Dennis Hopper is him off his tits. And they just kept it in the movie.
Why not? It makes absolute sense. Do you know
Francis? Jesus. Last Tango in Paris Redux. If you really want more, Jesus. Have you seen Last Tango in Paris, AJ?
No, but I
you know what it's famous for, yes?
I can guess where we're going just based on if you really want more of Brando. Yeah, I can see where we're going from there.
How the fuck are you going to say that to me, Dan? I don't like Marlon Brando.
I don't have a problem with it.
What have you only ever seen The Island of Dr. Moreau or what? Like, I'm sorry. How the fuck does someone who likes movies say they don't like Brando? Have you seen A Streetcar Named Desire? Godfather 1, I'm assuming you've seen. Streetcar is so fucking good. I mean, Last Tango in Paris, Apocalypse Now. How the fuck? Who says they don't like Marlon Brando?
I've not seen nothing.
What's that one he did with? Did he do one with Meryl? Was it Bridges of Madison? Played Jarrell.
Yeah.
Was it Bridges of Madison County? Was that Clint Eastwood? Help.
But
sure how the fuck? It is Eastwood. Who the fuck says they don't like Brando? Den. And yes, Billy, you are quite right. I know that Apocalypse Now is held to make or rather have a difficult production. Difficult is an understatement.
This is the thing. This is a film that is not meant to have been, if you look at it. It was over delayed. It was over budget. The cast and crew were completely off their fucking head for the most part of it. It was, yeah, it's for what it is. It was so much that they didn't even know how to cut it. That it has so many different versions, and it, you know, it takes reset. Like when you really look at it, for the credit for this film to be what it is, it's like Jesus, wow.
I think there's something quite, in the worst possible, quite poetic about a movie about descent into madness, starring actors who have literally begun a descent into madness.
Yeah.
It's like, well, that worked out in a weird way, but it worked.
Yeah, it does. Throughout the whole film, though, I have to say, it was clean. It was bloody Lawrence Fishburne. Because I know him as a big man, and I'm just watching this kid. And when I look at his age, I'm like, fucking hell, Lawrence, you were top. Yeah.
So it's 15, 16 in it?
Yeah. A tiny dude and everything. I was like, each time I'm watching him, I'm like, no fucking way. No fucking way. But yeah, no, I've finally done Apocalypse Now. And it would, I know for a fact, it would have been my number 2 and I know it's your number 1. I know it's your number 1. I just know it. I just know it. I really enjoyed this film. As I said, minutes of watching this film. I'm like, if we're going to talk jungle, this is the film. this is the film, and it just hit all the tones. But I needed fucking subtitles, and I couldn't get it. I've got it now, I think, but it was too late. So yes,
even this, I like Brando movies, but I don't like the guy. He was one of the first white actors who actually stood up for minority rights. Remember, he famously didn't accept his Oscar because he wanted Native Americans to be given a voice. Like, how do you not like him? He's cool. Like,
there's probably some dirt out there that I probably might have heard before, because I'm sure I heard some controversy around his name, but I don't want to. Without the knowledge of what have you, I don't want to go into it right now. Like, I can't go into it right now, should I say?
Francis Lon, Nico's number one shaft in Africa. No, do you know what actually shocked me is when we went on when we posted the question on Twitter, what's the best jungle movie? I mean, Jesus effing Christ! Like, could someone think of a different movie to Predator, please? It was just Predator. It was insane. Then there was I think it was Gavin Mann offered like 3 or 4 really good ones. Mixed Memorabilia came in with a good list. Chris, I believe, came in with a good list as well. Mixed Memorabilia, to their credit, is the only one who actually featured my number one on their list. And I'm like, it can't be that fucking obscure, but lo and behold, everyone's mind went to Predator. For me, I mean, obviously, I say this because it's my number one. This is beyond dispute the greatest fucking jungle movie I've ever seen. And it's
that tone, as I said, minutes of
it's one of the best films I've seen of the 21st century, possibly ever. And if you're going to hate me, come at me, because I'll defend this till the cows come home. My number one, Mel Gibson's Apocalypto.
I need to see the rest. I just needed subtitles. At one point, I was like, does it not have subtitles? And am I just meant to like guess by their actual...
No. Need subs.
It definitely had subtitles, and I'm like, well, no, I'm not going to watch this. But it's
I love this.
enough that you need
now. As always with Mel Gibson movies, Francis Lon says I never saw Apocalypto. Then you need to change that immediately and treat yourself to one of the greatest cinematic achievements ever. There is definitely some history tampering that's gone on with Apocalypto, because the Mayans, although they did practice sacrifice, it wasn't something which they did out and out that the way this movie depicts. Like, the movie does not display the Mayans in a good light here. And like any kind of semi-ancient civilization, they had elements about their civilization which was violent. But this movie didn't hold the punches at violent Mayans. It was like, well, there's a bit more to them than that. But for the sake of this movie, yes, I can go with what you're saying, Mel. It's just like, he rewrote history for Braveheart. It's like, yes, the Scottish one, the Battle of Stirling. And Gavin Mann, I know he's Scottish in the chat. He'll, I'm sorry to say this, but the Scots didn't win shit. There was a Battle of Stirling. It's true, though. There was a Battle of Stirling Bridge. They took a bridge. There was no grand Battle of Stirling. It wasn't a thing. That never happened. But for the sake of the movie, I'm on. Very good. Movies are first and foremost entertainment, and then sometimes can become educational, right? Now, Apocalypto, I've studied my fair bit of Mayan history because that's a part of the world I like to dive in, with all of the cenotes and the underwater cave system. So I'm naturally drawn towards Mayan history and culture. But despite that, at no point in this movie was I like, oh no, he's changing Mayan lore too much. I'm like, no, fuck all that. What I'm being shown here is a story of destiny. I'm being shown the story of a man taken from his roots, put into an environment which he is not at all familiar with or comfortable with, and is extremely violent to him. And then, despite fate seemingly giving him a pass, the culture prevails over fate. The culture prevails over destiny, and he's hunted until, and I won't ruin it, until the very last moment where you literally get a signal, big white flags, death is here. It's like, woo, shit. Now that's some fucking good movie making there. Say what you will about Mel Gibson, and yes, this was made at the height of his cuckoo clucknia, but man, it's good. Fuck, it's good.
Graphically, from what I saw, it was a beauty. Just haven't had a chance to watch it, and I was gutted, absolutely gutted.
Gavin Mann asks, is Apocalypto better than Room and 3 Billboards, Nico? Fuck, that's a hard question. Room for me is one of the best films I've ever seen. And I've only ever seen it once, but do you remember the reaction we had to Room? It was that's storytelling. And 3 Billboards is one of the best movies of the 21st century. Oh man, do you know what, Gavin? Better, no, as good. Yes, I put them in the same bracket of it's one of the best films of the modern age. Apocalypto. Mixed Memorabilia says Passion of the Christ. I also enjoyed Passion of the Christ. I mean, it's a bit snuffy in some parts, but I did enjoy it. Apocalypto is on another level to me. Like Passion, good. Apocalypto, great. Great fucking film.
I wish I could add.
Chris Trengrove says the one criticism of the content of Apocalypto, the why of the movie, is that this is uber Christian Gibson's take on paganism and how Christianity comes to cleanse it. Yeah. But it's such a fleeting, passing thing at the end of the movie that it's like, it don't matter. What you get for, if the movie's 95 minutes long, what you get for 94 of it is just unadulterated fucking excellence. Chris says Apocalypto better than 3 Billboards. Wow. High praise. Not sure I disagree, but high praise. It's a long Room. Not Wizards, not The Room. Room. Not The Room. Fuck that film. I mean, no, I love that film for the worst reasons, but yeah. So yeah, that's my number one, AJ, and I cannot recommend enough that you go back and find Apocalypto. It's so good, bro.
No, it looks absolutely awesome. Like, you know, when you get visual treats. I mean, okay, it's not a spoiler for anyone, but I literally stopped at the point where they caught the boar and they were like dissect, like dividing the body parts.
Did you have the comedy line?
That's where it was, but it was all graphic. Like I'm telling by motion and facial disappointment. So I was like, well, this is cool, but I'm sure that I should be reading some shit right now.
Yes.
Yeah.
But this is what's fascinating is that much like he did in Passion of the Christ, where I nearly did an AJ there, the Passion of the Christ, but like he did in Passion of the Christ, where people like Jim Caviezel learned freaking Aramaic. Like, that was amazing. They're speaking ancient Mayan in this movie. And that's what I love about these Gibson movies, man. Like he employs amazing historians and amazing language experts to teach actors these dead languages. It's like, okay, that's for fucking like, in real life. It's awesome.
Yeah. It's been as close to the actual history as it could possibly be, even though you take creative liberties with the history. You're trying to be as authentic as possible, which is to be admired.
Great. Yeah, Mixed Memorabilia says Last of the Mohicans, amazing. It's got my guy Daniel Day-Lewis, but I'm with Chris Trengrove on this one. I wouldn't call it a jungle film. Forest,
no, I wouldn't. Yeah,
forest maybe, but not jungle. How do we divide a jungle and a forest? One has snakes and nasty animals.
It's weird with
forests
terrain,
tend to have truffles. Just ask Pig.
Yeah.
There you go. Forest is where homeless Nick Cage resides.
It's
you ain't
weird,
gonna find that.
it?
You ain't gonna find that guy in the jungle. I'll tell you that for now.
Yeah. It's weird on the setting. It's just slightly different. How would I describe it?
Jungle is more tropical. Jungle is more dangerous.
It's just the tropical feel to it. Yeah. That's literally it. I must
Cool.
admit, I don't know if anyone brought it up. One that nearly made my list, but I wasn't sure because the story doesn't appeal to me, but the visuals are a beauty, was Avatar. So I don't know if anyone's got that on their list. That was
Avatar did come up a few times on Twitter, by the way.
Fair play.
Francis Lalonde says Forest equals Nick Cage, jungle equals Ben Stiller.
I mean, yeah. Or
Mission
Jack Black.
Memorabilia, nice try. Amazon Rainforest. Don't even try it. Don't even try that with me.
Well played. Well played. Right.
Guys, just before we decide our Rushmore, remember, if you are watching us as part of the VOD squad, please do leave your comments down below. Leave your Rushmores down below too, and we'll read them out on the next week's episode. If you are part of the pod squad, then come on to the VOD squad. Drop your comments down right in the comment section down below. Pod squad, come and join us here on YouTube at Silver Screen Dudes. But if you do like the content we make, doesn't matter if you're live squad, pod squad, or VOD squad, please do remember, just before we reveal our Rushmore, that you can head on over to buymeacoffee.com/movie dudes, and for literally less than the price of your daily Starbucks, you can support the channel and show some love to the Silver Screen Dudes. Much appreciated. Now for the Rushmore.
Right. Is there any you'd like to read out, or do we just go for what we are going to go for?
Yeah, no, I've got a few starred comments here. Francis Lalonde says, "My Rushmore, Tropic Thunder, agreed. King Kong, 1933. I hear that. Predator and Apocalypse Now. I hear this. This is a very, very similar to what I would pitch to you." Chris Trengrove says, "My Rushmore, Apocalypse Now, Aguirre, Wrath of God, Predator, Tropic Thunder." Okay.
Some consistency.
Basically the same list. Mixed Memorabilia says, "My Rushmore, Predator, Last of the Mohicans, Jungle Book, Che." Gavin Mann with the top 10, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, which I love. I love what you've done there.
Yeah, well played. Well played, Gavin. Well played.
9, Rambo 2. 8, Welcome to Dong Makol. 7, Hot Shots 2. 6, Ace Ventura 2. 5, Hell in the Pacific. I need to see that one still. 4, Castaway. 3, Blood Diamond, my man. 2, Platoon. No, it's a bad Gavin. 1, Predator. Love that. Then the Tag, Jungle Book, The Rundown, The Lost World, Jurassic Park, and Apocalypse Now. No Predator. Predator's on honorable mention. Okay. Tucky says, "My Rushmore, Predator, The Lion King, Jurassic Park, King Kong 2005. That's a nice one." But then gives a revised Rushmore and says, no. Predator, The Lion King, Jurassic Park, Avatar. So yeah, there we go. A few comments, more porn, blocking the porn. Lots of porn tonight. We're obviously doing something right. Very good, Gavin, man. You are welcomed to the jungle. You get a gatto in the forest. Very good. Chris Trengrove says, "When are you guys getting drunk during a pod again?" That would be on AJ's birthday, my friend. So not for another month or so.
July. Yeah, around the 3rd of July, the week of the 3rd of July.
And we know what we're doing then, don't we?
It was meant to be Tom Cruise because
you share a birthday.
Yeah. Top 10 Tom Cruise movies.
Cool.
So I actually have no beef with a film that I have not seen, just because the initial part got me. So I am going to go for Apocalypto, unless you're scared it's going to get mullered.
If there's one movie in particular, if we put it on, which will muller everything. So at this point, I'm not scared yet.
Which is Apocalypse Now?
No, that won't muller everything.
Is it Predator?
Yes, that will muller everything. But it kind of has to go on. So
you're putting Tropic Thunder in, yeah?
Bro, we both know it's my top 4. We both know it's my top 4.
I mean, we can always put the Phantom in just for the.
He got jokes, huh?
I mean, look, you put it in there, it just guarantees that nothing's actually 4th. Yeah. Except something that deserves to be last place. Hey, screw it. Let's do it.
Have you got them all listed?
Yep.
Let me get them down. This is gonna be such a fucking mullering. It's not fair.
I don't know though. I think Apocalypse Now has weight to make it somewhat challenging.
It should.
It should. Tropic Thunder, some people will be like, oh, actually, yeah, that's good fun. But
and Apocalypto, I'm hoping people will be like the great Chris Trent, go down the Chris Trent Grove and be like, great film, forgot that.
Or Francis would have watched it and be like, yeah, okay. Yeah, it was.
So, are you ready?
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, the official movie Mount Rushmore of jungle movies, in no particular order, is
Apocalypto.
Our second entry is
Apocalypse Now.
Our third entry is
Tropic Thunder.
Our final entry into the movie Mount Rushmore of jungle movies is
Get to the chopper. It's the Predator.
Get to the
Well,
chopper.
Predator,
Come
not Predator.
on. Come on, Predator. It's of course it's Predator. Going to kick the ugly motherfucker. Billy Mountain answered your question, Tomb Raider. I've seen your comments. The Alicia Vikander one absolutely counts as a jungle movie. I'm actually quite a fan of that film. Wouldn't put it in the top 10.
I was torn with that, actually. Kind of torn.
So now, AJ, here's a little problem that I've just encountered.
Yes.
Oh, Chris Trengrove, thank you. Good Rushmore, good job.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Gavin, man, did you pick the subject to give Tropic Thunder a second shot at the vote? Bro, he's gonna get trashed here. Like, I'm putting Tropic Thunder on to make the Rushmore quintessential and diverse because it's the only comedy in there. It's gonna get trashed. Like Predator.
Yeah, the Apocalypto might be the real.
Apocalypto's also getting fucked. Like Predator's about to clean house. I've just been informed that we are going away on holiday.
This guy.
Now it's an actual holiday. It's only for, I think, 5 days. So it's not a long one.
I'm listening.
Let me check the dates. I haven't booked this. It's nothing to do with me. Literally the
powers that be.
Literally the powers that be, bro. The powers that be, 31st until the 4th. The 31st is, of course, a fucking Tuesday.
Okay. So next week off. Okay.
Either that or we do a Monday.
Those are kind of sacred days. Sunday, Mondays are kind of sacred land. Very sacred land. I'm not
What
very.
What if you gave Tuesday back?
No, because I'm on the other side of town. I work Tuesdays. I don't work Mondays.
Okay.
And especially considering this Sunday, I'm infringing on the Sunday.
Right. Okay, so let's not double dip here. Let's not double dip. I hear you.
Yeah.
Let's not make like Wall Street and double dip. Cool. So no pod next week. Yay. Well done, me. Fucking yay. We're back. Oh, just for 1 week.
We were.
We were back until this happened, by the way, during the pod. I literally just got texted from the missus going, hey, we're going to Sardinia next week. I was like, are we? Who's we? All of us, silly. Like, okay. So in answer to Francis's question, but next topic, I hope you'll all like this one. Movies about the moon.
There we are.
Movies about the moon. And then you know what comes out like on the 10th of June?
Oh. Is it not?
You know what I think we should do?
Go.
Movies about dinosaurs.
So what? Oh, the week after Moon.
Yeah.
Okay.
That doesn't mean put 6 Jurassic Park movies in there.
No.
He's like gonna rank the Jurassic movies.
No. It just means all there are 13. What is it? Not never-ending stories. What's the word? Littlefoot.
Land Before Time.
Yeah,
He's gonna have like 6 Jurassic Parks and 4 Land Before Time. Fucking guy. Oh, bro. But yeah, I feel like weirdly it's a topic we've never covered. Movies about dinosaurs.
Oh, guys, do you know what this means? You know what this means for both of us, don't you?
Valley of Guanji. Francis, absolutely not.
Do you know what this means for both of us, don't you? We finally get to see
Velocipasta. Fucking hell.
Oh, shit.
By the way, I've already found it for free on YouTube.
Awesome. Okay, so moon and dinosaurs. Okay.
Just to be clear, not movies where people have reached the moon, movies set on the moon, movies about the moon. So, Hidden Figures, that counts. First Man, that counts. Well, surely Hidden Figures would count. I mean, I'm not going to include it, but it would count.
Awesome movie. Yeah, because they were trying. It was for the exploration to the moon. Yeah. Thank you. See, I had that was a space movie. I forgot that's where they were going to. I think this is where I need to like.
It's a space movie, also. It's
of course it's a space movie, but yeah. Okay.
Man on the Moon, says Frank. I don't know if I would count because it's got moon in the title, but no, it's not.
Yeah, I remember. I've not finished the film, sadly, but have I finished it?
It's very good.
I know. It's one of the. It's the one they say broke Jim, but I think he fulfilled his prophecy.
Definitely broke him.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think the actual moon is there like that.
No.
Yeah.
There's loads you can pick from. Oh, special rule also. Only 2 documentaries maximum. Because you're going to literally fill this list with like moon documentaries.
No, that's fine.
Spoiler from me for next week, or the week after rather, with the moon. The oldest movie ever to appear on the Rushmore is appearing on next show.
Okay, I think is that the one that I kind of had. I think I've seen it. Yeah, I think that's my uni days coming back to me.
Could be.
Yeah. There's another one I'm sure I said I had to watch, and there's one I have seen. Yeah, I need to go back and check which one. Yeah, no, yeah.
I see all your comments, guys. Chris, Tucky, Gavin, Mixed Memorabilia, Frank, Francis. All true. All of the suggestions you're making. Yep. And Gavin, man, in answer to your question, yes.
Do you know what, guys? Thank you. Just because I'm kind of lost.
You're literally just going to fucking list off.
This will kind of help me. I have no shame.
Oh, this fucking guy.
Do you know what it is? I've Googled it already because I kind of prepare myself for what's coming next. And some stuff are coming up, some weren't. Even like Hidden Figures I missed. So, yeah.
How?
I don't know. Some of it I might not have counted because I was like, it's
shit, then the take with a great question here. Does werewolf movies count? I mean,
it's a fact.
I wouldn't include it, but I'll listen to the argument very long.
I'm not gonna lie. It depends how deep I have to draw.
Right. Real talk, you should be able to fill this list up.
I should do, but
you really should do.
As I keep saying, it's one of the key rules. I hate to back myself. I have a lot of film knowledge, right? I'm aware, and I can describe. Physically, having seen the films, you'd be surprised how many I've finally got around to seeing it. It's one of those.
So I can see that you guys are. I see you all in the chat. Lots of good moon suggestions here, except from Gavin Mann saying Armageddon. That's a no. No, that's a bad Gavin. Bad Gavin. No Armageddon. No. Fucking drillers becoming astronauts. Dumbest shit I've ever seen. Spy Who Shagged Me is definitely a moon movie.
That was already on my potentials, considering we were like on the moon.
Welcome to my secret moon lair. All I wanted was some freaking lasers on the freaking moon. Me, stop humping the laser.
Gotta love it. Gotta love
this Mini-Me, man. Fucking Vern Choice. So sad he died.
Yeah.
We need to wrap there, though. So, Francis, in answer to your, I think it was Francis who asked this. Yes, the next pod is. Where's it gone there? Sorry. Here. The next cast is in a fortnight. Yes, guys, we will be back 7th of June for the next podcast.
Oh. Do we swap it then? Because that's the week of, no? That's the week of Jurassic Park.
I don't mind. I mean, literally, Jurassic Park comes out on the 10th. So anything we kind of pre and post that is.
Yeah. They're not too far apart, actually. It can be. No, let's keep it
7th or the 14th. Let's just keep it how it is.
Yeah.
Oh. No.
Pay your bills.
It's Danhausen. You put a curse on me. Love that Danhausen.
No shout there, Dan.
Do love Danhausen. Oh, anyway. It's Dynamite tomorrow, and then it's Rampage Friday, and then to Frank Torres, we are doing up Michael Jackson, Moonwalker Behave. And then on Sunday, Frank, if you do want to join us, we're doing our AEW.
I'm still debating if I want next. I have no beef with it being alive, but I feel like this is the right time for us to now record, and it's going to be an early morning. I don't know if it's going to be a record and then premiere.
Are you going to upload it?
Of course, it's not a problem. Okay. I've done premieres before. We'll see, because I've actually scheduled it for that time. But like, I believe, Frank, in the States, depending on where you are, we could be looking at like 4 a.m. for you.
Okay, not bad.
Do you get what I'm saying? It's a weird time.
Record it and publish it at like 1 p.m. then. Yeah,
just it will record, download, and then I'll just yeah. Oh, it's the graphic. All right, don't worry. I'll figure something out.
It's a hard one to predict, this one. But yeah, guys, I'm Nico Lurot. He's AJ. This has been the Movie Mount Rushmore Top 10. Like the video, share the video with anyone who you think may be interested. And please do come and join us live if you're part of the VOD Squad or Pod Squad. And if you can't, then keep repping the Pod Squad and VOD Squad. We love you all. And we will see you back again on the 7th of June. Peace out, guys.
See you guys.